Welcome to Pound for Pound ATL, arguably the best place to get facts and opinions on your Atlanta Falcons. And absolutely the best place to get your opinions in. The conversation starts now.
What's going on, football fans? It's me, J.R. Clark, joined by my main man, Toby D. It's Pound for Pound ATL Live. We made it. We made it to the draft. This is the first night of the draft, and man, this crazy, dude.
Man, my mind is blown, JR. I can't believe it. I keep saying, it seemed like just yesterday we went to the Senior Bowl, experienced that, got to watch the prospects up close, and to actually be here right now, April 28th, to watch the first night of the draft. All mysteries aside now, we will get to find out answers to everything. Mock draft officially dead.
Done.
For 2022.
That's right, done. Mock draft done. I want to kind of get out of our norm because we're going to be here all night, and we got plenty of time to talk. So I want to go ahead and just jump right into the chat.
Let's do it.
Our main man, Charleston Nash, is here. What's going on, Charleston?
What's up, man?
We're joined by Bradley Burnett tonight. Our dude, Chris Jameson, who is already quacking for them ducks. I know which duck he wants tonight. A gentleman by the name of Joint says, rise up. Yes, that's right. We are rising up tonight. Dr. Ganja says, haven't been this excited for draft in a while. The uncertainty of this draft is super exciting. D. Sloan says, our good buddy D, what's going on? D says, what's going on, fellas? The big day is finally here. It is finally here. James Williams says, let's get it. Same thing with Travis Raven says, please pick smart Atlanta. I think ultimately that's what we all want, right? We all just want a pick that we can feel pretty good about. Our good buddy Josh Gilman, he says, let's go. What's up, fellas? What's going on, man? Jeffrey Lowe says, let's go pound for pound. Let's get it. That's right, man. Like I said, we're going to be here all night, and we really hope y'all hang with us. We know that there's a lot of streams out there, and we appreciate y'all tapping in with us. Let's see. Blizz18 says, sup, P4P family? We finally made it. That's right. We finally made it. Bubba Gump says, drafting Davis. Let's get Grady bully guys with one-on-ones. Well, hey, that could be. We're going to find out tonight. In a few short hours, we're going to find out who it is. Mike H says, any position other than QB. I'm kind of with you, Mike. Like, to me, it's like I don't need a QB right now, and I don't need a running back right now. Pretty much everything else I'll deal with, I guess you could say. Yeah. But that's the two positions that I'll be kind of crestfallen if they decided to go that in the first. Yeah. Our good buddy Ghost Pepper says, finally, a logical Falcon stream to be a part of. This draft night, what's up, P for me? We try to be logical, we try to be reasonable, but we also are fans. You know, we do tend to wear our fandom on our sleeves, so if it is some weird pick, don't expect me not to be all like, dang, you know.
Yeah.
Bubblegum says, no QB, wide receiver, cornerback, safety. That's a big list there. Yeah. You could argue that you could use a wide receiver, another cornerback, and a safety. But anyway, like I said, plenty of time to jump into all this. James Williams says, the uncertainty is a beautiful thing. It does make it, like, the uncertainty makes it exciting.
Yeah.
That much is for sure. Iron Mike says, build the trenches. I think everybody would like to see the trenches finally get addressed on a regular base, on a realistic basis. Let's see. Mike H says, we need to build the trenches. If we draft a QB, our O-line, dude will be ruined before he ever has a real shot. That's part of the gamble, you know. Yeah. I will say this, if we do come away at some point in time tonight, and I am going to use some point in time, if we do come away with a QB at some point in time tonight, I don't perceive him starting right away. I think this year is a Mariota year, unless Mariota just gets hurt or is throwing a pick every time he throws the ball.
Yeah.
You know, so outside of those two things, I think it's a Mariota year. Toby, man, how you feeling, brother? Where you at in this?
Man, I'm pumped. But before I get started saying anything, look, if you are just now coming across this stream and you want some good live takes on draft night, all 3 nights, then you are in the right place. And if you ain't hit that subscribe button, you need to make sure you do it and hit them notification buttons so you can get all of our alerts on videos that come out. Because, man, we just might say some things that be right on point with where this team is, and we're just fans. So, hey.
Yeah, I'm about to say, we've had a handful of our, like, bold predictions. Yeah. Not that they were picked up by other people, but being repeated by other agencies. And so that lets me know that, we might be a little bit more dialed in than, we lead on, and that's the part that's real interesting. Y'all give me 2 seconds. Somebody's asking for the link to the channel on Twitter. So if y'all see me somewhat distracted, if y'all could just see the command station that I got going on right here. I got 3 screens in front of me and paying attention to a million different things. So if I seem slightly distracted at times, it's not good Lord, Bradley Burnett done tipped us $20 already. He started off like crazy.
Hey man.
He said get these chats rolling. Wouldn't want to watch the draft with anyone but y'all. And that includes the chat. Much love, Falcons fam. Much love to you, Bradley.
Yes, sir.
Like, we try to be, honestly, like, we try to be as professional as we can be. That's kind of our motto, is to be as professional as we can be. But at the end of the day, me and Toby, we both work 9 to 5s.
Yes,
we are fans just like y'all. We just decided to, point cameras at ourselves and microphones and talk about it.
Yeah.
So,
hey, speaking of fans, cut y'all. But y'all know how we do. This is the 3rd year JR has done it. This is my 2nd year. If y'all get the pick before we get it, any other picks, chat it in there, because y'all know how these signals do. All our signals are not the same.
I was about to say, I think you're running the same. I'm running the stream from YouTube TV.
Yeah, that's what
So some of y'all, if y'all are watching it on live TV, y'all are probably going to have it a little bit before us. And put it in, put it in chat. Don't think you got to hold it. Because
let it rip.
We just trying to have fun. At the end of the day, that's what this is all about, is just, having fun and getting in, what was I going to say? Just having fun with each other, man. I lost my train of thought there, boy.
Don't worry about it. Hey, man. We're going to be got a long night for that train of thought to come back.
Yeah, no doubt. Archangel, he's in the chat. What's going on, Ark? He says, he says, I want Kayvon, Jermaine Johnson, or Jordan Davis. Okay. Maybe even I put put Sauce Gardner on everything, but Falcons may do some Falcon stuff and grab London, Malik Willis, or Ritter. I can see that. I can see London. On the outside stretch, I could see Willis. I don't see Ritter at 8.
Yeah.
But London, honestly, like, since the rumors really started swirling of one about, Garrett Wilson and then about Drake London, I was like, all right, fine. Maybe I'll, put more stock in a 1st round wide receiver and, started doing some more digging. London wouldn't be a bad addition. I don't know if I necessarily consider him worth 8, but in this draft, like, I've heard from more than many like professionals that there are only about 10 to 15, maybe 20 people, like players with a 1st round grade on them.
Right.
That's been said from multiple teams.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, then what we may perceive as a reach may not be perceived as a reach from the teams.
Right.
If they only have 10 guys rated in the top or, in the 1st round, and by the time their pick comes around, all 10 of their guys or their whatever guys are gone, then maybe their next best guy is a Drake London.
Yeah. I mean, if they believe in them, then cool. I mean, I mean, personally, look, this is my 1st year doing a board. I call it a fan board. This is my 1st year doing a big board, and I have him as 25th on my board. I mean, that's just me. He's my 6th best wide receiver. after the first 5 that I like. Jahan Dotson in front of him. But if the Falcons feel that comfortable taking him, big 6'5", a little over 200 pounds, then hey, let's do it.
Right. And like, he's he works well on the outside, but you can, move him in the slot if need be. Yeah. Primarily, he was lined up on the left side of the field, which I know was a concern for you. But I went back and watched like some 2019 stuff, and he did play on the right some there. So it's not like he can't do it. That's just what he was asked to do.
Right, and I saw it in 2021 too, and it took me at least 4 to get through to find out, and he can do it. He can do it.
And I will say this, like Eric S. Powers just said, London is a matchup nightmare, though same as Pitts was. And that's the thing is like, if I did a video early in the off season when we came back from Mobile talking about Christian Watson, and I called it the Two Towers. And like London gives you that same kind of stuff. Not the same speed as Watson, but he gives you, like, he's got amazing body control. He consistently makes contested catches. So anyway, I'm saying all that to say, like, if they do decide to pick him, I can understand why. Yeah, is more or less what I'm getting at. It may not be my top, choice. Like my top choice would be like Jermaine Johnson or Kayvon Thibodeau if he's there. Yeah. But I would understand, if they decided to, just like last year, I would have understood if they decided to win quarterback. Right. So now I will not understand this year if you decide to go quarterback. That wouldn't make much sense to me. Not in this particular class. Let's see. Chris Jameson says, not going to lie, this new Mariota jersey is looking fire. I know you were excited to get that Mariota jersey. I absolutely know you were. Archangel says, I wouldn't mind having London, but I want to wait on a wide receiver. Honestly, you think Drake London will be a great addition, just not at 8. And I think that's going to be the sentiment that a lot of us have to wrestle with. Yeah. It's like, oh, yeah, they'll be a decent player, but just maybe not at 8. And I think that's the part that we have to kind of get out of our heads as this night goes on. Dwayne Turner says, we have no QB for a wide receiver. And I get that. I really do. Like, why spend first-round capital when you don't have your guy in place? So it'd be interesting to see, like, how it pans out. Holy Pete, Philip Bonner just tipped us another $20, which we appreciate.
Let me tell y'all, man, it's a blessing, man. Yeah, appreciate
y'all
that,
are all
man.
a blessing to us.
Appreciate it.
Philip says, gentlemen, I'm excited about this draft and happy that y'all are putting forth all this effort to give us the best info about our Dirty Birds. Y'all are great. Well, we definitely appreciate that. And, like, definitely not trying to toot horns or nothing like that, but, something I told Toby, this is the most effort I've ever put into a draft. Yeah. Each year I've kind of put more effort into it and more of my own, like trying to develop my own opinion instead of just taking what everybody else says. And this year we took it a step further. We launched, P4PATL.com, where we figured we were going to be doing this work. We might as well put it out there for people if they want to read it, because we were going to create the database regardless. Right. So to have our own opinions out there like that is really cool, really interesting. I've learned so much doing this. A lot about sticking with my guns. Like, I was really high on Jermaine Johnson early on, and I thought maybe I was wrong, because nobody else seemed to be that high on him. And then just to watch him steadily rise, I was like, dang, I should have stuck with what I had, So, yeah, no, this is super, super great. Let's see. The Real says, I hope Thibodeau is there at 8. I think we all do. He also says, Jordan Love trade coming. I've been seeing that rumor floating around a lot. I'm not sure. I think Kevin from the Falcoholic said it best. Like, Jordan Love right now doesn't give you much more than, if any, than what Mariota brings to the table. And Mariota is only a few years older than Love. Right. So you might as well roll and see what you got with Mariota before trading for somebody like Love.
Yeah.
Let's.
What time is it, man? Is it getting close?
It's 8:01. It's 8:01.
Oh.
So that means. I'm sorry, I was watching chat. So well, I haven't seen Goodell walk up to the stage yet.
Yeah, you know they got to.
Yeah, they got to do the whole boo check. Now y'all got to remember, I got obviously I got this stuff on mute, so I ain't gonna be able to hear it. Let's see.
Oh my Lord! Oh boy, we here. Boy.
We are here,
y'all. We here, man. We about to get. I don't know if we're gonna get it at 8. We may trade down. We may do what some fans been wanting to trade down. We'll see. It's gonna be interesting.
Let's see. Wound Carter, rise up, pound for pound family. The time has finally come. Let's get this party started. That's exactly what we are doing.
Man, it started.
We are getting this party started. Archangel says, "I'd rather I agree with the pick or not. I will still give whatever player they pick a fair chance." And see, that's it right there.
Yes,
the opportunity to prove themselves, and I will still rock with and bleed red and black. That's the deal right there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Your boy Bell says, if edge or corner targets are gone, don't pass on Jordan Davis. Boy, y'all are really like.
Y'all is hammering. Y'all is pounding the table.
They are like this fan base is
pounding that table
table for Jordan Davis
a couple months ago. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Like he showed everything you've wanted him to show. It's just, are you comfortable taking him at 8? And which is probably something you're going to hear a lot. Are you comfortable taking him at 8? And I know our Falcons faithful fans are for sure. Let's see. Ghost Pepper says, hopefully our Birds aren't in trade talks with Jordan Love. Yeah, I don't. That doesn't move a needle for me.
Yeah,
at all. That doesn't move the needle. Let's see. Okay, you need to.
I prefer they not do that. I hope that does not even come up in a conversation at any point in this draft for us to giving up any kind of capital for him. I really don't. I hope it don't.
Nope. Yeah. No, exactly. Let's see. Damien says, I trust our staff's big board. Yeah, because see, now they've had a full year to do this. Like they came in kind of half rushed and having to go off of data that was already been collected by, the previous regime and stuff like that. So to have, a full time, their full, putting their full weight behind it. I think that's, we're going to get to see what Terry Fontenot is really looking like.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
The Falcons I don't know if y'all caught that story with about Terry's boy who likes to do the mock drafts and is learning the business. They just posted a picture of him and his son in basically the same suit for tonight. So that was, now son's wearing Jordans, which is, there you go. I don't blame you there. You gotta wear some comfortable shoes. Let's see.
That's cool.
All right.
Yeah, man. Hey,
what's up?
I'm sitting here with my 105 top guys covering all the first 3 rounds. No guarantee they're gonna go in them round, but I am curious to see how far I am off doing this my first year or on with the fan board I have. So
yeah, no, that's gonna be. So for the folks out there, who's your top 10?
Top 10: Kyle Hamilton, Aiden Hutchinson, Kayvon Thibodeau, Amari Gardner, Evan Neal, Ike Ekwonu, Charles Cross, Devin Lloyd, Jermaine Johnson, and Jameson Williams.
Okay.
That's my top 10.
All right, so you got James. It was only one wide receiver in there, right, with Jameson Williams?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's a pretty good. I'm trying to see. I'm gonna pull up my player rankings. I only did one, and I just only did top 50. So my top 50 went Evan Neal, Kyle Hamilton, Kayvon Thibodeau, Ike Ekwonu, Aiden Hutchinson, Sauce Gardner, Stingley, Charles Cross, Devin Lloyd, and Roger McQuarrie. Like my first wide receiver doesn't pop up until 14.
14?
Yeah, with Chris Olave.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But this was done early part of March. So if I'd have went and done another one, some things probably would have shifted.
Yeah, I shifted a few things on mine.
Right.
About the middle of March.
About the middle,
about the end of March. I shifted some things on mine with Jameson Williams in my top 10, and I actually moved Stingley out.
See, I'm just sitting here looking at it now.
Stingley to 12.
Like if I would probably drop Devin Lloyd out of the top 10. I'd probably drop Roger McCreary out of the top 10.
Yeah, I did drop him.
I would move Jermaine Johnson up, and probably maybe one of the wide receivers might come up as well.
Okay.
I still don't. I mean, I know he may go first overall, but I still don't have Travon Walker. That is such.
Travon,
you are such betting on traits in that one.
Yes.
I mean, I get it and I understand. Like, I really do. If he ends up being the first overall pick, like, I'll kind of shake my head, but you know, it would be understandable.
Yeah.
You know, but man, like, I just don't know if I could bet my first overall pick on Travon Walker.
Yeah, I just don't see it, man. But I mean, you know, hey, like I said, this is my first year doing it. When I looked at his talent, I like his talent. I just don't see enough dominance. And I actually have him behind Devontae Wyatt.
Right.
My other Georgia Bulldogs. He's at 27, and I have Travon Walker at 28 right now. He's still in the first round. He got a first round grade for me, but I don't see a top 10 guy. But I mean, hey, if you're judging it based on what you had at Alden Smith, and, you know, hey, it's all good. But do you have a Justin Smith over there? Because they were the Smith brothers.
Right. And do you have a DC that's going to run that?
Right.
You know, just because, you know, the GM is all like, oh, I want to recreate this. I mean, if you ain't got a DC that's running the same type of scheme, that's, man.
Yeah. Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, if you don't have that, then you might have a problem, man, because like I said, man, this is a twist and stunt guy, and that's what Alden Smith made a living doing with Justice. Them pirate stunts and stuff.
Yes.
Them twist stunts, if you want to call it that, DT stunts, however you want to call it.
Yeah, however you want to label it.
They were masterful doing that. And I don't know if you have Justin Smith over there on your defense.
No, I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah, no, it's going to be, but it would be like a very, like, you know, very Jaguars thing to do. They stay picking in the top 10.
Yeah.
So they do that for a reason, you know.
Yeah, they do.
Apparently the Dr. Ganji and Chris Jameson says, let the booing ring, and then Doctor said they stay booing Goodell. Oh yeah, they constantly be booing Goodell.
Yeah.
Dwayne Turner says we should trade back. It might happen. It just might happen. Josh Gilman says they also had Patrick Willis in the middle. Yeah. Yeah, he was a tone setter too.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they had a good defense there, man. That defense was powerful in San Francisco when Jim Harbaugh them was there, and Big Fangio calling the defense then.
Exactly. Joshua Mulvaney says, "What's up, fellas? What's going on, Josh? Same thing with Jaden Saffler.
Hey.
Man, what's up, Jaden? I'm glad you're here tonight. King 7's in the building. I knew King was going to be in here tonight. He says, listen, I'm going to go back up to one of his. No, I'll read this one. He says, I think Quay Walker is overrated from being a second to the top 10 is a mistake. I'm talking about, he says Quay Walker. I think he's talking about.
Yeah, they actually, there is rankings that have Quay Walker in the first round.
Nah, that's crazy.
Interesting.
All right, so the Jags are now officially on the clock. The clock is ticking down.
Let's go, baby.
I already got who I think is going to be pulled up. I think they're going edge. Now it could be, you know, Travon Walker, or it could be Hutchinson.
Yeah.
So I'm going to drop this down. There we go.
Whoever it is, I've been told they're locked in on them. So hey,
we'll see.
They're all in agreement.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, let's see how that go down.
Let's see.
I'm actually hoping it is Travon Walker. I really am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually hoping they pull the trick and it is him. Because that can push some more guys down we can possibly have at our least. And I need the Texans to go ahead and take Derek Stingley at 3. Because that really
that would help.
would do great things for us. Yeah.
That would help.
Yeah. So, so do you believe that, you know, because it's normally a tradition for the first team picking to take it all the way down to the end, even though they know who they're getting. I mean, how y'all feel about that? Do you?
Like,
you know,
like, come on, you know who you had.
Yeah.
I mean, just do it. Let's see. Hold on.
I mean,
okay.
Man.
All right, one second.
All right.
I mean, you can keep talking.
Yeah, don't forget now, y'all. If y'all get it before we do, put that thing up in the chat now. Hey, don't be holding us back. We want to know what's up.
Oh,
hey,
yeah,
we get it
no
before.
doubt.
Your signal's faster than mine and JR. Hey,
all right.
let that thing.
Join says pick is in.
Pick is in.
So I haven't seen it come up on my screen yet. He's saying pick is in. So let's see how this transpires.
Come on, Trayvon Walker. Let's go, baby.
Let's do it, Trayvon.
Don't do Aiden Hutchinson. Go on and take Trayvon.
I got my finger hovering right over Trayvon's picture. I ain't even gonna lie.
Go on and be bold. Hey, I tell you what I used to do in spades, man. I used to put my card on the table. I wouldn't turn it over yet, predicting what the player was gonna put out there and what the suit was gonna be.
Right.
And lo and behold,
holy Pete! I'm just now noticing I don't have an Aiden Hutchinson card made. How did I miss that? Oh well.
Hey.
Hopefully I'll get lucky and it'll be Trayvon and we won't start this off on a bad note. I just looked down. I was like, I'm looking through my list. Like, where's Aiden Hutchinson?
I thought you did do one of him though.
I did. I thought I did. If I did, I didn't.
I thought I saw it.
Well, who knows? Too late now.
Listen, we're only human.
Now, hey, look, we all make mistakes.
Yeah, well, if the Jaguars mess around and pull the trigger on Trayvon Walker, that might be a huge
now look
mistake right there.
Okay, Josh is saying Trayvon's the pick and Lions are on the clock, but I haven't seen anything announced yet. So I'm gonna wait because Josh was the one giving us heads up last time.
Yeah, he was doing it last time.
Right,
man, that's crazy, man. If Trayvon is the pick.
King 7 says, where do we think Ajobo falls? He's an interesting. I don't think he makes it out of the first, but I could see a team like Kansas City grabbing him with one of their 2 first rounds.
They could.
And then, like stashing him and him come out like in the playoffs, kind of thing.
There's talks of him going in the second. Mm-hmm. Because of the injury. I think he would have went at least between 15 and 20. Yeah. But he may still go between 15 and 20, even with the injury. But I know what some years ago, Tank Carradine out of Florida State had a first-round grade on him. And when he tore that ACL, he dropped all the way in the second, and San Francisco finally took him.
Yeah, and he never really did, bounce back, really.
He never really became that player that he was at Florida State. So it'll be interesting to see where David Ojabo goes at tonight. But, if Trayvon is the guy, then, hey, that lines up with what everybody's been saying. And it's just crazy because since after the Senior Bowl, his name got so much hype.
Like a crazy amount. I mean, I get it. Like I said, I get it. His, his measurables are off the charts. It's nuts.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
And I get that, but and I hate to bring this comparison, but so was Jadeveon Clowney.
Yeah.
And Clowney's what, on his 3rd team?
Yeah.
At least. So, and I think right now he's sitting out in the wind still.
Yeah, they say the Browns are supposed to be signing him and bringing him back, but I think he's just waiting it out as long as he can
to see if somebody else.
What happens draft or whatever, too, probably.
GTA Text Boy says, what's good, pound for pound? Second year in a row rocking with you guys draft night. Man, we appreciate that.
Appreciate that, man. And we know you can be anywhere else, man. We thank you for being here with us tonight.
That's right. Man.
We really appreciate that.
We know that there are a ton of streams going right now, and y'all could be, watching whatever. All right, Philip Bonner. Okay, the pick is in. Let's see how this is going to go. Let's see what's going to happen. The suspense is not really killing me.
They just going to work it down to the last minute. Here you go. Come on, Roger. Get on up.
I know, right?
Y'all excuse me. Every now and then I'm going to turn my head over here to the right now because that's where my TV is at. So I'm just looking through there. I probably don't have to, but I know I got y'all faithful fans that put it in the chat. And I really don't have to do that, but
Yeah, well, it is what it is. It's habit. We all
tell
doing
you,
this thing together.
yeah, I tell you what, I took tomorrow because I may end up watching the draft again, even after we get on the live stream, just to see
It's
what's being said.
I was debating on Jaden saying it's Walker.
Okay,
So
it is Walker.
That's what Jaden's
Well,
saying.
Josh told us it was
Yeah,
Walker.
Josh said it was Walker earlier.
Yeah.
So let's see. We'll see if that ends up being the case. I'm gonna wait a little bit before I throw the picture out there.
Let it be. Let it be.
I want Detroit to do something funky.
They're gonna take Aiden, man.
I know they are, but all right. Everybody's like, I got another one saying, Laney's saying it's Walker.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw the Walker picture up there.
It's confirmed. Go and throw that thing.
Trayvon Walker, standing 6'5", 275, 13 tackles for loss, 9.5 sacks, 13 solo. He had a production number of .63 and a grade of 5.48. The grades that y'all see are done, in like we take a bunch of categories and we just kind of, this is our feelings, and then we, average them all together and come out with a grade. The production number is a formula that if y'all are interested in, I can share, but it's a formula that Toby found years ago that we have modified just to kind of give us another data point.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, it's Trayvon Walker, and they got him listed as 272, which but 272 and you're running a 4.51 at 6'5", like his traits are nuts.
Yeah,
like there's no doubt that his traits are, what you're betting on. Like Dr. Ganji says, if Trayvon pans out, he has a Myles Garrett potential. His athleticism is off the chart, and that it is. I'm not going to deny it, and that's got to be great for the Georgia faithful, having your guys go number 1 overall.
It most definitely is. It's gratifying in that sense, but I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
It's gratifying in the sense he's going number 1 overall. This is what's been talked about for the past month and a half, that he would go over Aiden Hutchinson, and possibly Aiden would go in the second pick with the Detroit Lions, which is, I think, his home or whatever. Right. So that would be perfect fit for him. You better be running a lot of twisted stunts for this guy to have success. We know he's going to be a total ace against the run game.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
that's
his biggest feature. And he'll run you down from behind. He has that ability. But can he get sacks independently on his own? You're going to really have to build that defensive line over there. That was also, if I'm not mistaken, was in the bottom half in sacks. Right. So, hey, we'll see.
Yeah, I know that. Like I said, you're definitely like betting on production there, or betting on traits, and there. Like I listened to a ton of, draft stuff leading up to the draft, obviously, especially after we got all of our stuff done. And a lot of people were saying that, those traits in the NFL bear out more than like Aiden Hutchinson with his smaller arms. Because that was the knock on Hutchinson, is that he has shorter arms. So the traits bear out that this guy, even though he didn't have the production, succeeds. Those type of traits succeed in the NFL. So now you just got to hope you got the right pick or, the right staff to go along with it.
We'll see. I'm gonna tell you right now, I think that first pick was a huge mistake.
Oh yeah.
But it's Jaguars fashion to go ahead and do something dumb like that. And I said this 3 weeks ago when it was talked about Trayvon Walker. Listen, I see Aiden Hutchinson as a Jared Allen in this league right now. That's my comparison for Aiden Hutchinson. I don't care. Yeah, he got short arms, but this guy can get it done, and he is a pure pass rusher. He don't have to have twisted stunts to be successful in the NFL. Okay, he could beat people one-on-one. But, hey, thank you, Jaguars, because now you put some potentials down to make things fall.
To make it even more interesting.
So, hey, I appreciate it. Thank you.
ATLGA faithful, the first pick has just been selected. It was Trayvon Walker out of Georgia. So now we're on to the Lions pick, which is probably going to be Aiden Hutchinson. And here comes their selection. Let's see. And I'm surprised y'all didn't tell me.
I bet you it's got to be Aiden Hutchinson because they didn't waste no time. Doc. They pounded that table quick.
Right.
Oh, y'all going to be dumb and take Trayvon? Thank you.
we gonna do it. That's right. It's Aiden Hutchinson. Aiden Hutchinson at number 2 for the Detroit. He stays in Michigan. He ran a 4.74 40. He's 6'6", 260. Yeah, he may have some shorter arms, but his production's there.
Yes,
like flat
it's
out.
there.
Yes. You know, he's Josh is like, I already said Aiden. I know, Josh, but you said it so early. I didn't know. You said Walker so early, then it was quite a while. Anyway.
Josh got it.
Yeah, he's telling me to keep up.
We got to trust him,
man. All right, fine. He's saying it's
Stingley.
What did he say? He says Stingley to Houston.
So dude was right. Dude was right. He said that it would be those 3 guys at the top.
Yep.
See, this guys, if y'all Falcons fans right now, for real, y'all should be getting excited right now because if that is panning out that way that dude said it would do with those 3 guys going, man, we got to outsell something here. I'm telling you right now, I'm getting excited.
Yeah, no. So, first of all, James Obleton, he wants me to save one of those steaks. Dude, they didn't make it, James. I'm sorry, bro. they didn't make it, bro.
Oh, my
Tore them things up.
Y'all.
So, all right, fine. If it's Stingley to Houston, I'm going to go ahead and put it on up there. Stingley, 6'1", 195. He had 56 tackles, 20 pass defenses, 6 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, and a production number of 3.28. His best year, obviously, was his freshman year.
2019, yes.
And, you know, there's a thought process that he kind of mailed it in last year in a sense, you know, trying to save himself for the draft. But you're betting on that freshman year.
Yeah.
You're betting on the floor maybe being a little bit lower than what you saw then.
Right.
So, I mean, if he can come in and produce that, dude, like the Texans got them a lockdown corner for years to come.
Yeah, he's a great fit for the Houston Texans for what Lovey loves to look for in his corners. He loves aggressive corners, got that long reach that can knock the ball out of your hands, cause you to fumble it. I mean, Peanut Tillman was the master of punching the football out, and they ruled over there with him, manning down wide receivers, and he was scared every time you caught the ball. And this is a guy that has the potential to be able to do that for them at that 3rd pick. So I even though I moved him out of my top 10 and I moved him to 12, I'm thankful for Houston if they're taking him.
Because that's for the people who want a Thibodeau or one of these like elite, like Evan Neal or something like that. Like that's 3 picks already off the board that. Yeah. And these picks are moving pretty quick tonight. I'm actually
they're moving quick because guys know who they want. They see how it's going, and I expect the Falcons to get a good pick at 8. I don't think they're going to move out the spot, seeing how it's going right now. I don't see them moving out of 8 now. I think they stay there because it's going exactly how we were told it was going to go.
And that that real strong play with Thibodeau being there at 8. And now remember, folks, like on the line tonight for the ones who entered is a $50 gift card for either get you a hat like the one I'm wearing,
Houston pick is in,
or get you a tank of gas. Like whatever you need to do, it's going to be a $50 gift card if you get this pick right. And somebody tell me to quit spoiling the fun. He's in the Midwest. Hey, look, I'm only reading what the chat's telling me, Jarvis. I'm sorry, brother.
All right, we won't say anything when it get it. We won't say anything for the next.
Yeah, we'll let it.
Couple of weeks. We'll let it ride. We'll just look at it for ourselves.
There you go. He says that you're killing me, Smalls. Oh man, but
we don't want to kill the fun.
That's right. That's right. We ain't trying to mess with nobody. We ain't trying to mess with no fun. Tasman says, "What's up, JR and Toby? What's going on, Taz?
What's up, man?
I'm glad you decided to jump in here tonight. Who you think they gonna pick, Taz? I need to know your opinion, sir. All right. So, as far as my TV is telling me, the pick is they're still waiting on them to announce the third pick.
Okay.
So we'll see what it is. But you know, if it does confirm to be Stingley, yeah, it's setting up quite nicely for the for the Atlanta Falcons, which is what we want to see. Obviously, as let's see. Let's see. Okay, Tasman says Jermaine Johnson at 8. All right, yeah, that's my guy right there, Johnson.
Great. That would be great.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. What's going to be interesting is what is done at number 4 with the Jets, because they are going to be an interesting team. The Jets and the Panthers will really set things up.
Yeah,
for
them
us.
Starting now with the Jets at 4 is when it can get, real interesting. Do they take the first offensive lineman to help protect, especially if they are having the supposed trouble with Becton that they're having? Do you take a guy that will, come in and help protect Wilson? Because I think he was sacked or pressured pretty high his rookie season.
He was.
So yeah, there it is. It's confirmed now. Stingley, number 3 to the Houston Texans. That one is I didn't see that one happening.
Yeah,
not that high.
This is lovely. This is lovely, though. I mean,
it's working out like we want. It is working out like we want.
It's working out even better because I mean, the Falcons are sitting there now like, okay, let's do it. Mm-hmm. We still gonna get a good pick, even if we don't get some of the other guys. We are still in play to get a real nice pick, y'all. A real nice pick at number 8. If we stay there.
Oh yeah.
But this makes all the difference in the world with them taking Derek Stingley at number 3.
Yeah, that was we all kind of leading up to it expected the Trayvon Walker, but this is like the first real kind of curveball, of the draft with Stingley going 3 to the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
The Jets are on the clock, so I'm going to take Stingley off our board there.
Oh, boy, I'm loving this, boy. I can't wait to get to 8 now, boy. I'm like, boy. And no tackles have come off the board
Not yet.
No tackles.
So.
I'm loving this. Yeah, and these guys aren't even there. Trayvon Walker one there. Derek Stingley. Only one so far, Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah. Trayvon Walker was in, even though it was leading up to it, it's still a shock to me that he went. I said that even as much as this morning to guys at work. They're all like, oh, man, Walker's the dude. I'm like, I know, I get it. Y'all are all Georgia fans. I understand that. Yeah. And I'm not trying to discount Walker as a player, but holy Pete, going.
Look, I'm a Georgia fan, too, through and through. I still don't agree with the pick being number 1. But, hey, if the Jaguars like it, I love it.
That's it.
As they say. And, hey, do what you got to do, bro. I ain't mad at you. Right now, you set my Falcons up for something great. Them first three picks, the way they setting up right now, the Falcons are in prime position to not mess this up, dog. Yep. They are in prime position. They smiling right now. I tell you that. If I was in that war room right now, I bet you all of them is jumping up because they know they finna get a good pick in number 8.
They either fixing to get a good pick or a nice haul.
Yeah. Yep. And this is setting up for the haul.
Yeah. This is really setting up for a haul. If so choose. Dr. Gandhi says Walker is strictly upside. Yeah, he is that. He is strictly upside. And I get it. You in this type of draft when there's no clear cut, somebody says Jarvis says the Falcons just traded 8th. Let me see.
All right, we ain't gonna. Oh,
I'm trying to see if I can confirm that anywhere else.
That'll be interesting.
No, I hadn't seen nothing yet. We'll see.
We're gonna wait it out. That can be interesting. I mean, hey, they may feel real comfortable that they can do that. If they did do it, we'll confirm it when it come up. But I can tell you this much: right now, as it stands, there has not been a Senior Bowl player taken off the board yet.
Not yet.
So will number 4 be that first one where we get a Senior Bowl player taken off the board like Jermaine Johnson? That would be interesting to see.
Definitely. Let's see. Jarvis says, "I'm just lying. You said JR doesn't feel good, does it?" Why? What are you trying to say? I was lying about something? I ain't lying. All right.
We just get fast.
That's right.
Got Josh, our trusty Josh. But we ain't gonna ruin it, man. We'll hold it. We'll hold it. I don't want to ruin nobody's fun. Now we'll hold it. It gets excited. It won't bother me now. Like people can tell me a movie, the whole movie, and I'll still watch it. Cause if it's good, it'll withstand all of that. Yeah. But everybody not set up the way that I am. So
the Jets pick is in. Let's see. This one's gonna maybe surprise some folks. I already know. Because I also got Twitter up. ain't too many of y'all faster than Twitter.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Josh says he just posted it. Yeah, I know. I saw you, Josh. King got up there too.
Yeah, we just gonna wait it out.
That's it.
Gonna wait it out. I ain't gonna say it. I'm gonna know as y'all do. JR them already know, but I'm gonna wait too and see what it is.
Jonathan Holder, he said he wants Jordan Love somewhere, whether that's his backup or. So hold on now. I think you might be thinking of somebody else, John Boy. Jordan Love's on the Packers. You ain't gonna draft him this year, so I think you might have typed in the wrong name. I'll let you.
Might be somebody else.
I'll let you. See, it's going to be a cornerback when they're talking about 7 interceptions in 2021.
Yeah.
So they're tipping their hand there as well. Yeah. Jordan Davis is what he meant. Okay. Yeah. He's going to be there. I just don't know if they're going to pull that trigger. But this regime is best player available. They didn't care about taking a tight end at 4. They may not care about taking a nose tackle at 8. So
why not? It's gonna be interesting to see. I truly don't see him over any of the players that I got.
Yeah. But Jonathan was saying if we trade back. Yeah, if we were to trade back, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna let Goodell say it.
Yeah, we ain't gonna say anything, but I think
Sauce Gardner. Ahmad Sauce Gardner's.
I figured that.
6'2",
so far.
6'2", 188. 68 tackles, 16 pass deflections, 9 interceptions, and a production number of 2.81. This was Toby's dude for the vast majority of this whole process.
Let me tell you something. I had Aiden Hutchinson at number 2. That's where he went. Sauce Gardner number 4. That's where he went.
That's it. There you go. You two right there.
Hey, and we still got Kyle Hamilton and Kayvon Thibodeau. Kyle Hamilton is my number 1 player.
Boy, Sauce out there running, boy.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is. That's good for him. I like Sauce a lot. Yeah. You bold enough to have a nickname like Sauce Gardner. You my dude. I like some nicknames.
Yeah. That's another perfect fit. Perfect fit for the defense.
Yeah. Robert Slahey, I think.
That type of player. Yeah, they need that type of player at corner on their defense, man. And he's perfect. He's perfect for them. I hate we couldn't get him, but I figured we weren't going to be able to be in play to get him. So it's all good.
So I think right now I'm really feeling it's going to be one of these tackles or Jermaine Johnson.
So, right now I got Evan Neal at number 5 on my board, and that may be where he goes to the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be interesting to see between him and Icky.
Yeah.
I think this will be where our first tackle is pulled off the board right here.
I think you're right because you got 3 like top 10 offensive linemen in Neal, Ickey, and Charles Cross.
Right.
So, and I was in a space chat earlier where you had somebody said they had a Kwanu over Cross over Kwanu, which I found to be interesting. Like I would love if Evan Neal, like if those medicals aren't as bad. Like I know there were some rumblings about his medicals coming in.
Right.
But then you could plug him in at left guard or right tackle or, let's say King's saying Neal at 5. We'll see. Josh Gillum says, Sauce allows 0 touchdowns in his college career. That's crazy. It is nuts. It is absolutely nuts that he allowed, 0, 0 touchdowns.
I'm just glad he's not in our division.
Yeah, now I'll give you that.
I'll take it. I did not want to see the Panthers get him and join him up with J.C. Horn.
No.
Boy, that would have been horrible for us.
I'm pretty glad that both him and Stingley are, in the AFC.
They're in there. They're not in our division. I'll take it. Yeah.
All right. So, okay, let's see.
All right. This is getting real good here now. This is getting real good, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Is our first tackle coming off the board? Is that what we're hearing? The first tackle coming off the board?
Yeah, that's what Josh is saying. So I'm kind of mentally getting prepared over here to hit the right buttons.
Do I go on and put Neal in there at 5? That's what he's saying.
That's what they're saying.
And he's my 5th player on my board too. Now. Oh shoot! Yeah, what I'm talking about.
Who knows? We might actually know what we're talking about, Toby.
It could go on number 6. If that's the case, it could go on to the Panthers at number 6, and that's what he had on my board too now.
Okay. Regardless of who their quarterback is, like they got to protect him. Same with us. Like there's no, like we need an offensive lineman, like because what you gonna do? You gonna bring in, a rookie quarterback and put him behind an offensive line that has given up no less than 40 sacks each year for the past 3 or 4 years?
Yeah.
Please.
Man, boy, let me tell y'all something, man. If it turns out that Evan Neal go number 5 and it could go number 6, I don't see the Falcons going Charles Cross or Devin Lloyd. I see it's going to be between 3 players.
Johnson?
Kyle Hamilton, Jermaine Johnson, and Kayvon Thibodeau.
And I'll be ecstatic for any of those.
I see it setting up right now at that.
All right, they're saying the pick is in. I'm going to go ahead and throw it on up there. Oh. Boom. Evan Neal, standing at 6'5", 360 pounds. Ideal position is left tackle. But as we had talked about, he's played all up and down the line. So he can play guard. He can play right tackle. He can play left tackle. He played 37 games for Alabama. And you know that he is pro-ready coming out of that program. So,
all right, Ickey next, y'all. Ickey, I'm calling it already. Ickey, he's on my board at 6, and that's where he's going to the Panthers at 6. Although he did mention Charles Cross could be going at 6 too, so that's going to be interesting right there. Depends on how they got him set up on their board.
Right. No. Oh, okay. I see who's number 5, and it's not Ickey. It is not Ickey.
Are you talking about number 6?
No, number 5.
Oh.
I think I'm wrong here. Oh no, I think we're good here. Hold on.
Yeah, we're good there. Number 6.
Number 6, yes. Hold on. I got one guy saying one thing on Twitter. I done put it up, so I'm gonna have to change it if it ain't right. So Giants selection is, they're saying it's Kayvon Thibodeau.
Oh, well.
Hold on. We're over here talking about Evan Neal.
Evan Neal, and he ain't even going off the ball.
Oh, did I jump the gun? We're going to see. Oh, come on.
It's in.
I didn't even make a card for Kayvon Thibodeau. You got to be kidding. I must not have loaded that one. Oh, well. So be it. Let's see. Good Lord, would y'all quit? I hate.
That's why we just waited out, Doc.
Let's see. Yeah, apparently because it says everybody's like Giants out here ruining everything. Yeah, as 5 overall. Yeah, Kayvon Thibodeau. There it is. Man. All right, well.
Hey. It's fine with me.
Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of wanting Tibbs. Like a lot of our fans were excited about Tibbs. I know Chris Jameson was excited about Tibbs. He even had red sparkly stuff on his jacket, but he's going to New York for his brand. He's got to like that.
I mean, that's a perfect fit. I mean, look, I know a lot of people wanted Kayvon, and I said if Kayvon fell there, I would love to have him too. But I mean, I don't know where they had him ranked on their board. He's number 3 on mine, and he definitely should have gone. Now, it would have been interesting if they'd have taken Evan Neal over him, but the Giants are truly must be going by best player available, and they went on ahead and took him over Evan Neal. Right. So that I'm not too mad about it. I mean, I know Falcons fans right now are probably salty because they would have loved to have had him. And I'm going to tell you right now, we get Kyle Hamilton, who's the number 1 player on my board, I'm going to be smiling from ear to ear. But because I would have to take him over Jermaine. I would have to take him over any of the tackles too. But we'll see. We'll see how I do when they get to it. But Thibodeau is gone. He'll have a chance to prove that football is what he really loves.
Oh yeah, of course. Like
in New York, because
he's gonna have a lot of distractions.
Fan base up there. Yeah,
he's gonna have. But hey, no, it's a good deal in that aspect.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like I said, regardless, so we're at 5. We got 3 picks away. So if Carolina's, let's say they go offensive guard or offensive line.
Well,
if New York comes back offensive line,
yeah.
Like even if they don't, man, that Atlanta's going to have a choice.
Yeah.
We are set up here. You know, Thibodeau standing at 6'4", 254. Like I'll tell you this, I am not kidding when I say he's in doing my film study. He's the only guy I saw do a fake spin into a bull rush.
Yeah.
Like he was comboing moves, which is not something you see in college. And it's hard for me to think that a guy who in college is comboing moves has a lack of drive.
Yeah.
And that's the part that that I never really did jive with. Now, if he wants, like, look, you take baseball, right? Coming out of baseball, Bryce Harper made a comment that he wanted to be an icon. I think that's the kind of mentality that Thibodeau has. I don't think that it's, I don't think there's a lack of drive in football at all. So it's going to be.
I mean.
All right, Panthers are on the clock.
We shall get to see.
I'm saying Panthers are going O-line. We ain't had an O-lineman go off yet.
Yeah,
I'm thinking this is where Neal goes. Neal or Icky.
Man, I would love if they took Charles Cross instead, because then that leaves.
Oh, dude.
That leaves one of those other guys for us. But they may go ahead and get Icky off the board and leave Evan Neal and Charles Cross there. Man, this is very interesting for all the teams that tried to get him. The media trying to get Thibodeau to slide. Thibodeau was not sliding.
He didn't slide far. Early on it was top 2, top 3. I mean, he went down to 5. He didn't slide out of the top 10. King says he thinks the Panthers go Hamilton. I don't want Hamilton in our division either.
Well, man, if they go Hamilton, that'll be interesting. I mean, like I said, that's the number 1 player on my board, dog. He ain't went off the board yet, and if he goes there, I can see why.
2 minutes left, and the Panthers are still on the clock. Boy, they are wanting to get out of that. They are wanting to get out of that pick so bad.
Yeah, either they're wanting to get out of it or they are having a tough time picking between those guys because you still got 3 offensive linemen there and Kyle Hamilton
Yeah.
there. That's tough.
And I mean, also like technically
And
speaking,
Jermaine
that, like
Johnson.
if I say Andrew Main Johnson, you compare him with Brian Burns.
Man,
That'd be and Derek Brown. That'd be a nasty D line.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
The pick is in, so they kept it. So let's see what happens.
Wow.
Do we feel like this draft is moving pretty quick?
It is. The guys apparently the draft is falling the way that they want it, and probably even better. They're not wasting time putting the picks in.
No.
They are pounding the table fast, and I think the Falcons will be the same way.
Yeah, I don't think they're. I don't think it'll be bad at all. Oh, let's see. Somebody's supposing maybe Jameson Williams. I just don't see Jameson Williams as being Smith's kind of guy. Like just based off of how we used Calvin Ridley. I ain't saying they're the same player, but I don't know. He seems like he wants a guy who is willing to bang across the middle.
Oh, he'll bang across the middle,
well, all right,
yeah, Jameson Williams is. Look, man, these guys. Look, the rules have changed now, so that's why I don't be worried about that. These guys, there's no such thing as bang 8 anymore. Now, back in Michael Irvin them days, you got a guy like Jameson Williams going through that. He might not be playing in the NFL anymore. But nowadays, them guys can go through the middle before they even get touched. And Jameson Williams, he won't be scared, trust me. If he is the guy, I would not be mad. He's the only guy that I have in the top 10 as my wide receiver. And he definitely has the colors on to indicate he might be an Atlanta Falcon tonight, by the way. But we shall see.
All right.
We get to it.
I think I see who's posted. So let's see. I'm gonna have my finger over it. Looks like it's Icky.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hold off until I see it.
Yeah.
But it looks like it. It looks like it's Icky. Yeah, I've seen it multiple spots. I'm going to put it up. Icky Ekwonu or Akeem Ekwonu. Ikem Ekwonu. 6'4". I'm just going to stick with Icky. 6'4", 320, ideal position, left tackle, games played 24. Now, I think he's a guy who can move to right tackle as well if need to be. I'm not sure who their left tackle is, but their offensive line was about as bad as ours. So if they, obviously they weren't as sold on Kenny Pickens as they tried to make it out to be. Looks like they're going to suck it up and give Sam Darnold one more year. Because I bet you money if Sam Darnold doesn't produce this year, he'll be gone along with Matt Rule, and the new guy will get to pick his QB.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you've given Matt Rule, Teddy Bridgewater, Sam Darnold, and Cam Newton. They were all like his choices.
Yeah.
So I don't think they'll let him go in another direction, as far as QBs go.
Right. Wow.
So
yeah, I mean, I had Icky at number 6 on my board. I slightly gave Evan Neal the edge because of the length.
Mm-hmm.
He possesses a little bit more size than Icky does, but he does need some work on that footwork a little bit more. I think Icky is a more solid player, especially helping you get that run game going, which Evan Neal would definitely do too. So if that is the case, that Icky is the guy that is definitely going there. It was word that it was either between him or Charles Cross that would go.
Right. And you figure him being in NC State, staying close to home, they probably had good close eye on him for sure.
Yeah.
So Dr. Ganji says where's it at? Oh crap. Somebody was talking about Willis. Like it was King 7. Oh, he retracted his statement. I see what happens. He said, what if the Falcons go Willis? And Dr. Ganji says, if it's Willis, I'm blaming blank. Oh man, that'd be.
I mean, I would hope the Falcons don't take the quarterback with that 8th pick, man. Especially when you still got
when you got
guys lining up, man.
Like right now, like you got Neal still on the board, potentially Cross is on the board, like Hamilton's on the board, Jermaine Johnson's on the board. Like there's absolutely no reason.
There isn't. There really isn't. There really isn't, man.
Apparently Roger Goodell called him Ikem. And Dr.
You don't normally get too many names wrong, but hey.
No, because he's pretty good about like y'all better tell me how to pronounce this kind of deal.
Man, it's setting up, man. I hope we don't be the first knucklehead to take quarterback in this top 10, man. But what you doing?
I'm over here like, man, y'all gonna see some tables flipping if they do that kind of mess. And I can't afford to flip my table, is what I'm trying to say. It's a nice new desk, a nice setup for this draft. I can't be affording to flipping a table, man.
Oh, man, don't do it, Falcons. Please don't do it. The Giants have to be taking a tackle.
I mean, I don't care if you so choose to like trade back up into the first because you want the 5th-year option, fine. I won't like it, but fine. But don't do it at 8. Willie Doc over here, just like Jesus, flipping tables. Well, they do call us to be Christ-like, Willie. They do call us to be Christ-like. I'm not sure that's what they want, but
don't do it, Falcons. Please don't do it. Don't do it, please.
Oh man.
Please.
New York, they could use another wide receiver. Maybe they're the first ones.
Oh man. And now see, y'all got me nervous now, man. Y'all got me worried now that the Falcons gonna be probably the first knuckleheads.
They can't be the first knuckleheads.
Come on, don't.
Jacksonville was the first knucklehead.
No, but I'm saying taking
the QB out. They can't. Terry got to be smart in that.
Terry, don't you do it, Terry.
Look, if anything, you could wait till the second and grab Sam Howell, right?
Come on, man.
You got your connection there with Smith being a UNC guy. Do it that way.
Yeah,
Big Rig says as long as they don't trade for Mayfield. I don't want any Mayfield, Jalen or Baker. Oh, that's it.
Come on. I'd rather y'all take Drake London, man. Y'all gonna do that. Man. Don't. I'll tell you, if Jermaine Johnson is still there and y'all take Drake London, though, man, that's gonna be crazy, bro. Or Evan Neal. If Evan Neal is still there.
Let's see.
Now the Giants could change that.
Tasman says, I'm not trying to punch a hole in my wall, JR and Toby, if the Falcons reach for dude, I'm right there with you, Taz. I hope they don't.
The Giants will probably take Evan Neal, man.
I think so. I think it's going. I got a feeling, and the reason why I say that is because I'm still in the O-line section of my. I ain't got nothing else open because I feel like it's going to be Evan Neal.
Well, it's in, so
we'll see.
Man, dude, come on, Falcons, don't do it to us, baby. Don't do it to us, man. Don't do it to us. y'all don't. Oh my goodness, bro. Oh my goodness.
Oh, we're on the clock. Let's see. Oh, they're saying Evan Neal to the Giants. All right, I'm gonna put it up there. We're gonna put it back up there. What's going on here?
Oh man, boy.
Yep. Okay. So Giants select. Here we go. We are on the clock, folks.
That's a strong pick for them.
That is a strong. We are on. Josh saying we're going Jermaine or Wilson.
Let's go.
I'm hoping Jermaine. Jermaine.
I don't see any of these other guys that I have ranked. I don't see the Falcons going that the way. It's got to be, to me, I'm going Jermaine Johnson at this point.
That's the way I'm thinking. Either Jermaine or Hamilton.
Yeah, or Hamilton. Hamilton's still the number one player on my board, and that could be who they do go.
Right. I mean, if they go PPA.
And he's a hometown kid, too, so that'll be.
GTA Text Boy says, I am super nervous. You and me both, brother.
Just don't do a quarterback. Do not do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm thinking it's going to be Jermaine Johnson.
Okay, it's either him or Kyle Hamilton.
Like Jermaine Johnson, like he's a Georgia, like he started most of his career was at Georgia. Like, come on back.
Yeah.
Come on back. Let's see.
All right, man. Come on, y'all. Hey, we on the board, y'all. We up next. We back next.
Can't be getting quiet now.
We gotta knock it out the park, man. We gotta knock it out the park, dog. Come on now.
I would love Hamilton as well. I ain't even gonna lie.
Man, I'm not even gonna front, dog. You get Hamilton up in here, boy.
Son,
I'm telling you right now, we just won this draft. If you get Hamilton, I'm sorry.
You get Hamilton with peas?
Man,
Son.
what you talking about? Kyle Hamilton?
If you get Hamilton with peas,
it's over, man. Your secondary is set.
Yep.
Casey Hayward,
AJ Terrell.
AJ Terrell, Hamilton, and Jalen Hawkins.
Yep.
Richard Grant too. I'm not gonna knock Richard Grant out, but
hey, maybe
you just got yourself a strong secondary.
Everybody's like, if it's not Hamilton, give me Davis. I'm sorry, folks. I can't get on board with Davis today. Yeah. If we trade back, then fine.
I hate to say it, but I know a place where Davis might get drafted if he's not drafted by the Falcons.
Oh, he looked real good in Baltimore.
I don't know if Baltimore gonna be the one. I think the Saints might end up getting him.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. But Baltimore, he'd have to make it past Baltimore to me.
He would.
He'd have to make it past Baltimore.
Man, all right. Well, Evan Neal is gone. Icky is gone. Charles Cross is left, and I don't know if Charles Cross is going right now. Devin Lloyd.
All right, we are shopping this. We are shopping this pick, man.
We shopping it.
I mean, 4 minutes left. We still on the clock.
They said we got some takers that could try to come up, but what they gonna offer? You know, Terry.
He ain't gonna do it for free.
Yeah, ballpark. Yeah.
He ain't gonna do it for free.
They gotta come with it. He don't already told you. You coming up there, Doc, you better come with some.
You better come with some Jack.
Eat. Yeah.
You better come with some Jack.
All right, guys. I'm calling it.
What you got?
Kyle Hamilton.
Kyle Hamilton.
Take it.
All right, I'm feeling like it's gonna be like they made a lot of talk about not getting sack production.
Okay.
I'm thinking it's gonna be Jermaine Johnson.
I'll tell you, either one of them.
Think it's gonna be Jermaine Johnson.
If it is Jermaine Johnson, he will be the first Senior Bowl player off the board.
Pick is in.
If it's Jermaine Johnson.
Pick is in. Who's it gonna be?
All right, y'all. No turning back now. We here.
Mm-hmm. Some king says, watch it be an O-line. An O-line would be fine. I would not be mad at an O-line.
I don't see him taking Charles Cross. I just don't. I don't. Even though I got him at number 7 on my board, I don't. I would think it would be between Kyle Hamilton, Jermaine Johnson. And Kyle is higher on my board, but they may go ahead and go with Jermaine Johnson. Yeah, I just don't. I don't see Charles Cross coming off the board. But pick is in.
Nope. Y'all folks ain't gonna be happy, I don't think. I mean, I don't mind it, but it's not what I wanted.
Oh Lord.
It's not what I wanted.
It's a wide receiver in it.
London Bridge may falling down, falling down.
Man, so they did go with it. Wow, bro.
Yep.
Hey,
Drake London.
It is what it is, man.
They went.
It is what it is, man.
Yep, they went Drake London, 6'4", 210 pounds, 2,153 yards, 160 receptions, 13.5 yard average, 15 touchdowns, and a pro rating of 117.4. Yep. Wow. Man, I don't know. I mean, I said I was going to be happy with it. I'm not. My initial gut reaction is I'm not happy with it.
He is. Wow, he's number 25 on my board, man. I mean, look, if you can make it work, I tell you one thing he's going to do. If you get a quarterback that's not as accurate, he's going to help you fix that because we definitely got guys on the team right now. Aiden, Alden Tate,
Yeah.
all those guys, man, they're going to help you with your accuracy issues in the first year. But it's going to be a lot of back shoulder throws, guys. I'm going to tell you that right now because those guys that we have, Aiden, Alden Tate, and now Drake London, boy, you're going to see a lot of back shoulder throws this year. I guarantee you that.
I'll say this, like, you're gonna run out of excuses as far as if your offense ain't moving, doing something.
Right. Yeah.
Your first 2 picks in your regime is, a tight end and now a wide receiver. Yeah. I get it. This is a deep draft, and you may have felt like the talent from, first to second round as far as pass rushers isn't that far of a drop.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, there's still plenty of picks left. This is a draft that you're going to build your roster with.
Yeah.
This is a pretty deep draft, but I'm going to go ahead and call it, like, with Kyle Hamilton and Jermaine Johnson on the board, I really feel like it should have been one of those guys.
Yeah.
But this is, this is his A.J. Brown in that aspect. This is, so, sorry.
They definitely have a plan to go bigger on offense.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I do believe they are going to draft a quarterback that is not going to be 6'4". And with that being said, so if you draft someone at 6'2", he's going to have some tall targets that he can be able to hit and see over his offensive line and hit them. I mean, I'm excited in this aspect that you got Drake London to pair up with Kyle Pitts. That can be very potent. And you put Alden Tate out there, especially in the red zone. There is no excuse for someone not to get open because you can throw this ball to them guys and you want them to jump up for them 50-50 balls. You definitely should be able to move the chain. That's a back shoulder throw right there. Yeah. But see, that's what I'm talking about these back shoulder throws. You're going to see a lot of that this year from the Atlanta Falcons with those guys.
Right. And all right, Willie Doc just tipped us $5 and he says, thanks for getting us to this point, pound for pound. Can you explain this and the rationale behind it? I think you just did a really good job of explaining. Yeah. Like, you can go back and reference in a lot of ways the Two Towers video I did about Christian Watson. And, it kind of talks about the same deal here. You got a 6'6" tight end who runs and plays like a receiver. And now you got a 6'4" wide receiver after, a year after losing Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley. Yeah. Like, this guy is he's got really good body control. And I know you're like, oh, why is that a big deal? Because if you don't have a super accurate quarterback, he can adjust to the ball.
And there you go.
And that's something that, they're comparing him to Larry Fitzgerald. And that's not a bad comparison. And if he has a career like that, then, hey, we're in for something. I know a lot of folks right now are like, terrible pick. I get it, Tommy. Tommy Gunn's over here, terrible pick. In a sense, I can feel you. But, it is, now I'll be interested to see, because there was a report early on that they were high on Drake London and Matt Corral. And I'll be interested to see if
that may happen.
Right, if they try to trade back into the first round for Matt Corral. And you say, JR, why would you try to trade back in when you could get him in the second? Well, if you get him in the first, you get that fifth-year option.
Right, and he won't be there in the second, y'all.
I don't think so either. And I think for a for a class of QBs that are, for a class of QBs that all seem to need a year, having a fifth-year option is not a bad deal.
Right.
Again, I know like this was going to be a decisive pick regardless. Yeah. I don't think there was, like, outside of maybe Jermaine Johnson or Hamilton, those were about the only ones that I think the fans would have been okay with. Like Dr. Gandhi says, like Johnson and Hamilton were right there. I know.
Oh yeah, most definitely. But listen, when I did that video about it, I felt the Falcons should build their offense first, because what people don't understand is, guys, the analytics show that it's easier to build an offense from the data than it is a defense. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have the right data to build that defense, you're going to be all over the place. Unfortunately, we don't have the roadmaps that teams like Baltimore them have and Steelers have, which is why they've been able to have the success that they've had all these years with the defenses. It's always been offensively for us. Now, the Falcons are sending a message right now. And what you got to understand, the message is, my guys are bigger than yours. My guys are more physical than yours. And when we get down in that red zone, we're going to score more points than yours. And that is the message that they're trying to send to the NFL right now. Now, hopefully that pans out, that message rings loud and clear, and they're actually able to capitalize on the message that they're sending right now by drafting a guy like Drake London.
And also,
so we'll see.
Yeah, and also you're looking at the fact that they have said multiple times that they are trying to set up their young quarterback, whoever that may end up being, for success. Exactly. So now you're going to have a young quarterback coming in either this year or next with, 2 targets in Kyle Pitts and, Drake London. So,
it might be a third.
Right. You never know, right? You double dip and grab, Christian Watson, or even, later on in the third round, you grab
or George Pickens.
Yeah, somebody like a Pickens, or even another tight end like Kohler or something, Charlie Kohler, another big target. So yeah, I get the sentiment. I really do. I get the feeling. But keep in mind, folks, this isn't, the draft isn't over now. Like there's still 8 more picks to go. And Kojak Nantucket tipped a $5, which we appreciate. And he's over here, why, Lord?
Yeah.
It's look. Somebody just put it out on Twitter. It says, they felt like this was the safest pick and will be a multiple-year pro.
It was. It was the safest pick.
At the end of the day, I went on a rant on Twitter a couple months ago, maybe a month or so ago now, talking about, like, we only scored over 30 points, I think, twice last year.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So, like, scoring points was a problem. And a main part of that problem was wide receivers. Like, I've been joking all offseason. You rolling out there with wide receiver 1 of Olamide Zaccheaus. So, yes, you brought in Auden Tate, but he hasn't played a full season since he's been in the pros.
Right.
So, right now, you have Auden Tate, Olamide Zaccheaus, Cordero Hodges, Cordell Patterson.
Demir Bird.
Yeah, Demir Bird. Yeah. And now you're adding Drake London to it. So it makes sense. Again, it's not the pick I would have wanted. Where's the Seahawks at? We done got off on a tangent. Their pick is in. Let me see what they picking so I can.
It's like Jermaine Johnson, right? And
it's Charles Cross.
Okay, so they did take Charles Cross.
Charles Cross. Let me find Charlie C. Bam, Charles Cross. 6'5", 305, ideal position. Tackle. He could play right or left tackle. Played 44 games. They need help. It's so funny. They get rid of Russell Wilson, and they finally get some O-line help. So, but they're gonna have to. So let's see. Josh says y'all want to build a defense, and we got no wide receivers. LOL. Trying to win every game 7-3 every week. I mean, in this day and age, it is an arms race, year in and year out. When you got Tampa Bay down there with, Goodwin and Evans and adding Gage to be their slot, you got to try to do something to keep up in a sense.
Yeah, like I said, man, they're sending a message right now that they are the bigger team. And you the smaller team right now. But they need that to pan out. When you get down that red zone, I expect you to score more times than not with those tall guys that you have.
And I'll say this, man. Like, you get now, if you have, London and Pitts down there, and you have a quarterback that's more willing to just throw it, because I think that was probably one of Ryan's, that was my biggest gripe with Ryan. And sometimes, man, you just got to throw that ball. and like he wouldn't necessarily do it because he didn't want to turn the ball over,
Right.
which was at times to his credit, but at times like was infuriating. But if Arthur Smith looks at Mariota and says, "Look, man, put that thing in the back corner of that end zone and let Pitts or whoever go get it," now you got
he
two
don't
guys
have
that
to
can
worry
do it.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he won't have to worry about that because one of Marcus Mariota's skill sets is he don't wait for you to get open. He throws you open.
Right.
Now that is a talent that he does have. And if the next quarterback you're getting, you're looking for the next quarterback that can do that too, where they let that ball rip.
Right.
And Matt Corral has the fastest release in this draft. And that may be the guy who they're looking at because Matt Corral is not going to hold the ball.
No.
He's going to expect you to be there, and he's going to let the ball rip just like that and go.
Exactly. So, if there is as much, and y'all know it, as much as y'all know I'm a Ryan stan, Ryan fan, that was probably like my biggest gripe is, he at times he was, a conservative, like especially in the red zone, unless you were wide open, or he felt like you were wide open. So.
Yeah,
I'll be interested to see if they end up trading back up into the first and
it'll be interesting
and grabbing either a Corral or somebody like that.
But hey, we don't got through 9 picks.
Yeah, we have. We moving along pretty good.
I know a lot of fans are sad right now, but you also got to remember this. One of the analogies that Arthur Smith loved to use is basketball analogies. Now you got another guy who can box guys out and catch the football, especially them back shoulder throws. Now I wouldn't be surprised if Jalen Tolbert isn't added to the Atlanta Falcons. I talked about these back shoulder throws. This is another guy that specializes in these back shoulder throws, which are hard to defend. You got guys who are able to make those types of catches with those back shoulder throws. You're going to hurt a lot of teams by not being able to defend that specific catch. I'm telling you. And you got a guy right now who can box guys out like Drake London and can catch balls over guys. Mm-hmm. And boy, I'm gonna tell you, if they mess around and can land Christian
Watson. King made that statement a little bit earlier in the chat. He's talking about Watson, London, and Pitts. Because like I said, you got 6'5" London and 6'6" Pitts. Like you're doing. You remember a few years back when they had Devin Funches and Benjamin in Carolina, and I was like, as much as it pains me to say it, that was smart because when Newton missed, he missed high. Now, granted, it didn't necessarily work out because, Benjamin kind of bloomed up. But, so it'll be interesting to see. He's saying Garrett Wilson to the Jets is what Josh is saying. So let me get
what he said.
Garrett Wilson to the Jets.
Oh, Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, let's get that in order here. I kind of had a feeling. I've been saying it pretty much all day that I thought it was either going to be Drake London or Jermaine Johnson, and I was hoping for Johnson. But let's see. Ryan Dale says y'all forgetting London has a broken ankle. He's healed from that, bro.
His ankle's not broken anymore,
guy. He's healed from that, my guy.
He running 3 cone drills and everything at his April 15th. Private workout that he did for teams. Right. So the ankle's not broken anymore. It's all healed.
Yeah, he's good to go. So the Jets do pick Garrett Wilson, 6 foot, 192, 143 receptions for 2,213 yards, 15.5 average, 23 touchdowns, and a pro number of 86.56. He was the guy that a lot of people had connected to Atlanta for months, was Garrett Wilson. So he ends up with the Jets. I think that'll be a good pick for Zach Wilson up there. Now you can have the law firm of Wilson and Wilson up there. I love stuff like that. So that's kind of cool. Hayden Hughes says the only problem that I have with Johnson is that he had low pressure rates last season. He did have the sacks, but low pressure calls for concern, ? No, there was a tweet I saw earlier. When unblocked, or not unblocked, when one-on-one, meaning no chips, no double teams, nothing like that, he actually had very high pressure rates, one of the highest in the class. But you got to remember, he was pretty much the only guy on that FSU line. So he got a lot of attention. He got a lot of attention and still got the production that he got. So I'm pretty high on Johnson myself. So, but we'll see how it works out. He's still undrafted right now.
He's still undrafted.
So
well, I'm gonna take a look. I got to step away.
Yeah. Do what you got to do.
Right quick.
Let me hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Let me get to where I can drop you off. All right, and you're golden. So, I guess it's just me and you, chat. Bug's getting a little sleepy. I think she ought to go on to bed then. With it being, yeah. Let's see. Joel Gaiman says, London, not my pick, but I'm sure Smith and Fontenot know what they're doing. That's kind of the way I'm feeling right now. It's not necessarily the pick that I was wanting or hoping for. It was the one that I was mentally prepared for, you know. So, let's see. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Says we could have had an extra pick if Ridley didn't gamble. That's for sure. Because they had him on line for, you know, probably getting one of the Eagles picks. Saints are on the clock. So, y'all let me know there. Pascal, Josh Pascal's a nice pick. All right, let's see here. Hayden says we have a tall physical receiver now, London, Tate, and Pitts. Yeah, you can definitely see the type of ball they're trying to do here. That much is completely obvious. Drew says dumb Falcons. We'll see. Time will tell. I mean, this is not this was not a pick that a lot of people were going to be excited about, unfortunately. That's why I had mentally been getting myself prepared for it. Saints on the clock, so they just traded up. Okay, that's what y'all were telling me. the days of finesse ball, you know, for the Falcons is over. They're going for a bully ball mentality. Tasman said he's happy with the Drake London pick, and I think as time goes on, especially after we see the rest of the draft class, I think it'll be easier to tell then whether this was end up being a mistake or not. Chris Jameson says Mariota could put up 25 touchdowns. It's going to be like if Mariota stays healthy, he's the type of quarterback that could end up being, could be revitalizing his career, which would be nice. Let's see. Yeah, somebody says I'm mad I didn't send the email about the giveaway. Yeah, that part's done. I might have to go through and see. I don't know if anybody got Jermaine Johnson. So y'all keep an eye on my Twitter feed, because if no, I'm not Jermaine, man, I am still that's what the pick I wanted. Y'all could tell. But if nobody picked Drake London, I'll put it back around. I'll throw it out for the koozie, because I got this koozie right here was my runner-up pick. So we may move the if nobody picked Drake London, we may move the $50 gift card to tomorrow, and then I may open up the what you call it. Let's see. Yeah. GTX boy says Ridley, Gage, and OZ and Blake are all small. Well, you ain't got that no more. Better plan to tank. Ain't nobody tanking, Drew. They may still end up being high for a pick next year, but ain't nobody going out there tanking. Let's see. How you gonna trade for the pick and it be you still on the clock? Let's see. Says Jermaine will go to the Vikings. That's a possibility. Drew says we can't stop. Drew, the draft is not over, bud. You got 8 more picks in a very deep defensive draft. If you get Travis Jones out of UConn in the second round, y'all ain't going to be upset. If you get Josh Pascal, you ain't going to be upset. There's still a ton of good players. Ton of good players. Jonathan Holder says, tanking does no good. Just makes you look bad. Exactly. Nobody's out there trying to lose games. Just like last year. Yeah, we might have been the best of the worst, but we won 7 games with lesser talent. Let's see. So somebody says the Saints got traded up to get Hamilton. That'll annoy me. Let's see. No, they took a wide receiver. And an Ohio State wide receiver at that. That shocks no one. The Saints love their Ohio State wide receivers. What I'm seeing is that they took Chris Olave. So let's go ahead and throw him up on the board. He's 6'1", 189. Got 175 receptions, 2,700 yards, 15.4 yard average, 35 touchdowns. And dude's a baller. But that ain't, that's not unusual for the Saints to trade up for a non-quarterback player. So that doesn't shock me there. Yeah, somebody says trading up for Olave. That's what's being reported. Yeah, I've seen it on a couple different spots now. I don't know. I think you might have been able to get Olave where they were sitting. So, but they only traded one of their first round picks. So you can technically say they traded a first round pick from last year or next year rather. So, let's see. Trying to see if, let's see. Okay. Say we need AJ following him. Maybe. AJ Terrell will be. Need to fire the GM. Good Lord. A little overreacting there, bud. Let's see. Lions traded up. Really? That hadn't come across yet. So Chris Olave to the Saints. All right. Give me 2 seconds. And Toby's back with us. Dun, 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 dun. You just missed the Saints traded up, and they picked Chris Olave.
Not surprised.
Right. They love their Ohio State wide receivers.
Yeah. Yep.
They absolutely love them. Let's see here.
Wow.
And
it's funny because the Saints and the Falcons have been lockstep in about making moves similar this year.
Oh, yeah. Damian Burr says, don't forget Alden Tate is 6'5". Now, we ain't forgot. Like,
oh, no, we already mentioned that.
Our next guy is going to be a jump ball throwing quarterback. I promise you. Or they're going to convince Mariota to be throwing some jump balls.
He is. They're going to be doing that too. They're going to have to. Look, they got to be more aggressive this year.
One Sleep says, could we trade back up in the first? That's something I'm actually looking for them to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, I wouldn't advise it, but it wouldn't shock me. Especially if they really want, if I don't think a QB is going to make it past Pittsburgh, but if all the QBs are sitting there, I could easily see him jumping back up.
They're going to have to jump Pittsburgh if they want one.
Right.
Because it was already predicted that the first 19 picks would not be quarterbacks. It would start at Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh takes takes Malik Willis.
Yeah.
I mean, we physically watched Mike Tomlin Hawkeye and Malik Willis at the Senior Bowl.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
he wasn't trying to hide it or nothing. Malik Willis come off the drills, and Mike Tomlin walked away. Like,
Yeah, remember they went out and ate dinner.
Yep.
So they definitely want Malik Willis. But the question is, do the Falcons want Malik Willis too?
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting there.
And they could make a trade with one of the Eagles picks to jump up there.
Somebody just said that Dr. Ganji says the Lions and Josh just traded up 20 spots.
Well, that's a quarterback coming out this board.
That's gotta
be.
Well,
I'm thinking.
That's gotta be.
Oh man. Well, the first one could be coming off the board.
Like, to me, it's got if that's the case, it's gotta be Malik.
Yeah, it's like I've heard Malik Willis going to Detroit.
Right. Let's see. Let me get into my QB, because I think that's got to be what it is. Let's see. Bam. So that'll be interesting.
Nice. Yeah, that will be.
Oh Lord. No, it's Josh saying it's Jameson Williams. It's a run on.
Oh.
There was talk that there might be a run on like wide receivers.
Wow.
So
if it is, that's crazy. Oh, see, this draft is happening exactly how we were thinking. It's a lot of surprises in here. If it is, if that's the case, Jameson Williams, wow.
And I think the Falcons set it off when they took Drake London.
Yeah.
Like the Falcons set it off. They caused New Orleans to come up, and they caused Detroit to come up. So
wow.
Yeah, Jameson Williams or Wilson or Williams.
Williams, you read right.
I got it wrong on my card.
Jameson Williams.
I put Wilson on my card. Good Lord, should have proofread that. I'm gonna take that down before I get laughed at. 6'2", 189. He's a deep threat, like for Alabama. Him and Mechie. So that's a good get. I guess you're trying to support Jared Goff.
Yeah.
So.
And they will be able to wait on him to get all the way healed.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good.
So here, like, okay, if you really want to talk about like the Falcons being a dumb pick or whatever, they don't have their quarterback of the future. They took a wide receiver. Saints don't have their quarterback of the future, unless you think it's Jameson Williams, or they took their wide receiver. Unless you think Detroit actually believes in Jared Goff, they took a wide receiver. So it's not necessarily a bad pick there.
It is what it is. I would have not taken Drake London at 8, but like I said, I see why they're doing it. I understand the message they're trying to send throughout the NFL, and I also understand when you're looking at the schedule we're facing, they feel like they needed a guy that has that size to match with Kyle Pitts. And now you put somebody like Alden Tate out there, and they may get another tall wide receiver in this draft.
Right.
They're definitely sending a message, and they know what the type of player that they need in order to be able to give their quarterback.
Like Drake London fits what, like the body type and the type of receiver that Smith was running up in, up in Tennessee. So I'm not surprised by this at all.
But he's also your Allen Robinson,
right?
Too.
95 True says, look at the top 10. You are supposed to get a franchise player or the best at a certain position of need, not back-to-back wide receivers, basically. And London is good, but not top 10. Cross, Hamilton, and Johnson were available. It's not top 10 to us. That's the part that we have to remember. I get the feeling, I really do, and I understand it. I really wanted Jermaine Johnson. But as you see, Jermaine Johnson is still on the board.
Yep.
So it's not like we made our pick and then the next team come up and was like, oh man, Johnson's there, I'm grabbing him. So that's the part that we have to understand, as fans, is they do a lot more, work on it than we can. They got access to a lot more information And I ain't saying that London's going to work out, but he very well could. And so, just like with Richie Grant last year, I'm willing to give the guy a chance. And that's the part that I hope that most of y'all are willing to as well.
Yeah, he's going to work out. Luckily for him, and like I said, I look at him more as Allen Robinson because of the scheme that we run than I do anybody else. Right. Because of you couldn't afford Allen Robinson. Now you got your Allen Robinson in the draft without having to pay a lot of money for that Allen Robinson type of guy. So you have that guy now that you can utilize within the schemes that you run here. So that definitely had to make Dave Ragone them happy.
Oh, yeah. And like I said, for all those that were like, oh, we could have traded back, obviously we couldn't have. Because this, like, you just watched Detroit come up from 32 all the way to 12
to get Jameson
Williams.
Yeah.
So that's
who's my number one wide receiver. But hey.
GA Pro Dog says we need a big man on the line this year, skill playmakers next year, especially with our first pick QB. Yes, I get you, but this is a deep draft for those big line guys. For the D line and some of the O line. Like if you weren't able to get Icky or Neal, then the drop off isn't that far. Jonathan says the Eagles are trading with the Texans. So,
wow, are they taking a wide receiver?
But the Texans are a little further down. We still got to get. The Texans are coming up.
Yeah, they were number 13.
Yeah, so they're coming up. Okay. Maybe it's somebody I got a picture of. I made all these pictures. I want to use them.
The Eagles are coming up from 15 to 13?
No, Houston is coming up.
Oh, where they going at?
They're coming up 3 spots. So 13, 14. So they're coming up from 15 to 13. They're coming up 2 spots. So they may be. Is Hamilton still on the board?
Yeah, he's still there.
That'd be a good fit for that Tampa too.
He is still there.
Hayden Hughes says. Hughes says this makes receiver not a big priority next offseason, which means we might be spending a lot on the trenches next season. And that's the thing with the way these receivers were getting paid, they may not have felt like, paying a receiver that kind of money just yet.
Yeah. Well, they weren't going to have it. I mean, they just didn't have it to do it.
Yep.
So.
And there's still a possibility with the Falcons coming back up for a Johnson or Jordan Davis, if he falls in that reach.
If that's who falls, yeah. Or they may do what Peter King said. They may come back in there for Matt Corral, since he predicted Drake London would be the guy they would take at 8, and they would jump back into first round and take Matt Corral.
If they jump back in, to me, it's a quarterback. To me, it's Matt Corral.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
Philly's pick is in, so I don't know what, No, okay. So
Philly the one that jumped up because Philly was at 15. Okay. I think Philly had 15 and 18.
I got you. I must misread that. Yeah, Jonathan just said no. Eagles traded picks 16, 124, 162, 166 to the Texans to move to 16. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Move from 16 to 13. All right, I misread that.
Yeah.
Got a lot of stuff I'm keeping track of here, and it's not going well for
me. So they jumped up to get somebody. Be interesting to see who that is.
I don't know. Let's see. Oh,
are they going wide receiver?
It looks like I'm seeing Jordan Davis. So let's see here. I ain't put up an interior D lineman yet.
That would be a perfect place for him to go.
All those are nope. All right, hold on. Okay.
If that is the case, that would be a perfect spot for him to go.
Yep. All right, let's see here. Yep, they got Jordan Davis apparently. Let's make sure. We're going to double check. I ain't seen it yet. I don't know. That's all right. I'm going to go ahead and put it up anyway. So if that's the case, then it's Jordan Davis standing at 6'6", 340, 37 tackles, 11.5 tackles for loss, 7 sacks, with a production number of .45. Like there's, that's that's like the production in a sense wasn't necessarily there, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But he's a big dude, hard to move, very athletic for his size. So that's an interesting pick. I'll get to you later, Chadwick. Let's see here.
Yeah, that's a good pick for them.
Yep. Jordan, yeah. Eagles picking Jordan Davis. All right. So yeah, him next to Fletcher Cox. That's a good pairing.
Who may not be there too much longer because he's getting a little longer.
Yeah, I mean you might have a year left with
yeah.
Didn't they lose Brandon Graham or no?
No, he's
still
there.
there? Okay.
Yeah. And they brought Barnett back.
Yeah, Derek Barnett back. Yeah, they may be hoping that by bringing Davis in, you could put Barnett back, maybe more on the edge.
Yeah.
So that'd be interesting. Daniel Nevergall says, where do you think the cornerback from out of Florida, Kyrie Elam, will be going? I don't think he's going to I think he'll be in the first round, especially if we start getting more of a run, because you still got Trent McDuffie, you still got Roger McQuarrie. So it might be the top of the second, because there was rumors that he might fall to the second. It just right now with this run on wide receivers, it's made it the rest of the draft a little more interesting. But Elam could sneak into the first round. Like you got Kansas City, who needs a corner. Who else needs there's a handful of other teams that could, like Minnesota could use a corner.
And that might be why they went down to 32, but they may feel like he might be there.
Right. So that's a possibility there.
Man, them trades is interesting, but it ain't for a quarterback yet.
Mm-hmm. Anonymous says Terry was actually ahead of everyone. Now that we had a run on wide receivers, not mad at the pick. See, that's what I'm saying. You gotta. Yes, we get the initial reaction, but you also got to let that initial reaction go so that you can, see what the whole picture is.
Yeah.
And Anonymous just tipped us $10, which we appreciate. He says, let's effing go. Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you got to understand the draft is a game too. So the pick that you make can really jumpstart a lot of stuff that can help kind of sway some things that you're hoping in your direction or in your favor. So taking Drake London could really sway some things for the type of way the draft will be set up for the Falcons. So they got Drake London, who, like I said, really was 25th on my board. But this helps set up for whatever other plans they have with these other 4 picks. That's if they don't package something together to jump back up in there for Matt Corral.
And that's the thing. It's we analyze them as they come in. We try to see how it fits. The Drake London pick, whether you like it or not, makes sense. And whether we started the run on wide receivers or they felt like there was going to be a run on wide receivers, they did what they felt like they needed to do, and so.
Yeah. 2 teams were already forced to jump.
Yeah, exactly. So
Detroit and New Orleans.
Right. And, you talk about like Drake London is the Falcons' Mike Evans. That's one of the guys that he's been heavily compared to is Mike Evans.
Yeah.
That back shoulder, like almost like jump up, like that fading jump away from the defender and making a catch. Like he can do all that. He's got that body control to do that. So I'm really going to be interested to see how that ends up going. The pick is finally getting made for the Eagles, even though I already felt like we've talked it out. So I'll just go ahead and throw it back up there real quick. So Jordan Davis is the pick there. That's the only thing I don't like about them. Them doing all the fanfare, which I guess it's great, but it's either that or nobody should be posting anything because we get so far ahead.
Yeah.
So he's got Jordan Davis got a real cool suit jacket on. I don't know if anybody saw that. That red and black suit jacket looks real cool.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take him down.
That's a real good place for him, man.
In Philly,
he would definitely be able to replace. I think he's a much better pro. He will be a much better pro than he was.
Well, that's the thing. Like even with Travon Walker, that's what you're betting on. Is like that because of how he was used in Georgia, they had such a deep rotation that you're betting that as he gets more playing time, he's going to become even more of a force.
Right.
So let's see. Jay says Drake London is a Falcon. Accept it. He is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's no reason to be like upset about it for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, Charleston Nash says Nakobe Dean and Jordan Davis would be a nice pairing in Philly, especially with Zeke and Saquon in the division. Yeah, I mean, you try to win your division first. And so, Anonymous says, I'm bouncing between streams right now, and everyone seems down in the dumps. The more time goes by, the smarter the pick seems. That tends to be what happens when you go through this like draft cycle and you pick your guy, the guy that you want, and then it don't work out. Like you immediately, like your immediate reaction, and my immediate reaction was like, man, dang, that's not how I wanted it to go. But you also remember, like, our jobs ain't on the line with this. So they're gonna pick like what they think and who they think is gonna, benefit them the most. And they know their roster in a sense better than we do. So
listen, man, I'm gonna tell you what. Camp is gonna be fun as HE hockey sticks. You got those tall players up out there with Kyle Pitts.
Oh yeah.
Drake London and running around Marcus Mariota. Look, I'm not talking about statue Marcus Mariota.
No.
Guys, you're going to have some fun at this camp. I'm going to tell you that right now. You might not like the Drake London pick right now, but when you get to camp, you're going to see the vision.
Right. And
trust me.
And I think that's something that, you hit it right there. Mariota kind of gets a bad rap in a sense because of, like, they were kind of more trying to make him a pocket passer. And it's something that me and Toby have talked about more than once is like, whose choice was it really to bench Mariota? Was it Vrabel or was it, Smith? Like, where did it come from? Or was it a GM saying, look, we traded for Tannehill. Let's see what we got in him.
Right.
So, and with Tannehill, he was on the move. So I think this time around, you're going to definitely get to see a different brand of Falcons football this year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Jarvis Baldwin says, Dr. Smith came to win games, but he also came to make sure the offense is on point. So it makes sense to get his side of the ball right. I mean, but you got to think the early on, like a lot of the free agency, a lot of the better money spent in free agency, even though it wasn't much, was on the defensive side of the ball. You paid more money to Casey Hayward. You paid more money to Lorenzo Carter than I think you paid to anybody else outside of Cordell Patterson.
But what we've been saying, Dean Pease loves his veterans.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
So for Dean Pease, he wants veterans.
Exactly.
That he can really rely on.
And so you brought in Rashawn Evans, which is who's already familiar with Dean Pease's system. You got Casey Hayward. You got, a second year Ogundeji, a second year Richie Grant, a second year Taquan Graham.
Yeah.
So don't sleep on what we got already.
Right.
Josh.
He got veterans, and that's he got veterans that know his system and what he wants to do, and he's comfortable with that. Right. Now you get some rookies out there that you can slowly bring along, throw in there, mix in with them veterans. So it's all good.
Yeah, Josh Gillen brings up a point. Says y'all act like we have a Super Bowl roster if we load up on defense this draft. That's just not logical. We don't have a Super Bowl roster, like at all. So we might have one in 3 years, 2-3 years, but it ain't happening right now.
Baltimore's pick is in, and that's probably why Eagles jump Baltimore because Baltimore is probably lurking to take around there to get Jordan Davis. That would, after not having Haloti Ngata,
right,
and you was able to get Jordan Davis to replace that, that would have been a perfect fit. But boy, Eagles said, heck no.
Everybody's saying that it's Hamilton with this pick.
And that's perfect.
So let's see.
Oh, right.
Hold on, I say that.
You got yourself.
I'm not seeing any of my.
Yeah.
I may have jumped the gun on that one.
Well, who knows? If it is.
Yeah, somebody's saying we really just let Baltimore have Hamilton. Well, say if it is Hamilton, 6'4", 219, 97 tackles, 16 pass breakups, and 8 interceptions, arguably considered the best player in this draft. Like straight up.
My number one player. You just got your version of Ed Reed.
Right. And
on your defense.
So, like, exactly. And now that they got Wink Martindale is up in New York, I don't know exactly who the DC is now, but, you know, that maybe become a more substantial pick. Kenyon Mitchell says, we have many more picks to address the defense. Look at Tennessee. A. Smith loves big receivers who can block. Offense should be competitive, which what they have said all along. Defense will be addressed. That's kind of the way, like you summed it up pretty good there, Kenyon. That's kind of the way I feel about it. That, you know, I don't think Smith was happy at all last year with the way the offense performed.
Right, and he shouldn't have been.
No, of course he shouldn't have been.
Yeah.
So,
but guys, look, this offense is setting up to be fun. Now, Damsky even said it. He was like, man, he could see how fun it will be having Drake London. He had already prepared himself.
I've been messing with him all week, talking about you mentally preparing yourself. So.
And I saw that. Mm-hmm.
And in a sense, I was doing the same thing. Like a lot of y'all, I had convinced myself that we needed to go defense first. Like, absolutely convinced myself. So, you know, once it started looking like it was going to be a wide receiver, I started trying to mentally prepare myself for that. So, yeah, it is what it is. Let's see. Ryan says,
I tell you what.
I was going to say, Ryan says, Falcons trust in the likes of Hennessy, Mayfield, and McGarry, ? Well, I don't think they are, because they brought in Fetty. They brought in Wilkerson. They signed back Gossett. So, and again, the draft is still going. So,
right.
No, I don't think that they're going to be settled on this line. They can't be.
Yeah. Now, I will say this regarding that. The schemes that we're running, they're really heavily relying on these schemes to help that offensive line. And one of the biggest schemes now you're going to have is the RPO game.
Right.
And so much you can do with that RPO game, marrying it up with the run game. Now you add the zone reads and all of that stuff in there because you have that QB. They're really relying on these schemes to help that offensive line. And that's the type of offensive line you have. Moving type athletic guys. And you need to have the right guy as your QB to be able to help that. And hey, Marcus Mariota could be that guy, or if they draft one in this draft, could be that guy. But you definitely this year will get to see what the offense looks like and what they wanted it to be.
Dr. Ganji just said the Ravens traded Hollywood Brown, and I just confirmed it. They traded him to the Cardinals.
Wow.
Marquise Brown goes to the Cardinals. He's reunited with Kyler Murray. So the Cardinals are trying to do what they can to make Kyler happy.
Hey, well.
So that's interesting.
They'd be stupid to let them get out of there.
They did, though.
Especially the way these teams are not scared to spend money now on the top QB. The Falcons would be lurking.
We're almost
waiting on.
We're almost halfway through the draft, and it ain't even 10 o'clock yet, folks. This draft is a moving.
Yeah, it's moving. It is moving.
Hey, I ain't upset with it. I got to get up 5:30 in the morning, so they can keep this thing right on a trucking. I won't be upset at all.
Keep on trucking, baby.
Right. That's right. Oh, man.
Wow. I mean, it's some guys going into some great situations. I mean, that Jordan Davis to Philadelphia is perfect, and Kyle Hamilton
to Baltimore.
Come on, you can't ask for anything better than that.
The Houston's just selected Kenyon Green. Let's see, get my O-line back up. We'll get him on the board. I got a picture for old Kenyon Green. Kenyon Green, 6'4", 230, 325, ideal position left guard, games played 35. He was the kind of guy who I was kind of hoping was going to be sitting there chilling at the top of the second for us.
He can play all four spots except center.
Yep, and that was a guy that, and the funny thing is, Cross still on the board?
Yeah, he's still there.
Okay.
No, he went to Seattle. He went to Seattle at 9.
That's right. We made the joke about.
Yep.
Yeah, so.
He went to Seattle at 9. Man, that is a good pick for Houston because, man, you got your future left tackle.
Oh, yeah. Man,
and
I think they got him listed as a guard. I bet you
he will be a guard at this point, at this juncture right now.
Jonathan Holder says, think maybe take Ogundeji in the second? Not Ogundeji, Ajabo? I'd love to have Ajabo in the second.
And they may, but the unfortunate part about the Atlanta Falcons is that I don't know if they have that kind of time to wait on a player to
That's the thing.
They need impact players right now.
Right. So, like, if you think to yourself, like, okay, it doesn't, if they've already said to themselves internally, it really doesn't matter what we do, you know, this year, if they have those insurances that it doesn't matter what they do as far as, you know, playoffs or what have you, then, you know, Ajabo wouldn't be a bad pick in the second round, especially in your second pick of the second round. You know, if he's sitting there, that could be an interesting pick. He's a guy I really like a lot. Let's see, the Cardinals gave up the number 23. So, yeah, I see Baltimore on there now. Let's see. Ryan says, you just know the Eagles will get Johnson next first round pick. They may. They may do that.
Guys, let me tell you.
Uh-oh.
And it may not be important to anybody else, but there has not been one Senior Bowl player taken off the board yet.
That is
out of 15 picks. Interesting.
That is kind of nuts. Normally they tend to go pretty, especially with Detroit. I mean, you had Detroit and who was the other one? Jets. Yeah, Jets.
Mm-hmm.
Coaching, and neither one of them, huh?
Mm-mm. Not yet. I ain't seen one yet.
Oh, you're right.
The first 15 picks.
Let's see. The Washington's pick is in. Anybody got a beat on that one? I haven't seen anything.
This is amazing that the draft is going as fast as it is.
Oh, dude.
And I'm not complaining about it one bit. I love it. But I think teams are starting to get in their groove fast now because they're seeing where the board is going.
Right. I definitely agree with that. Dotson at 16. Is that what you're saying, Josh? Because that would be interesting.
Oh man, to join him up with Terry McLaurin.
That's what Josh just said. To pair him with Scary Terry.
Oh wow. Woo!
Ooh, that would be.
That's scary. That's scary. That dog.
That could be
very
interesting.
Scary.
All right, so we're gonna drop. I'm gonna go ahead and.
Wow.
Get this going.
Oh yeah.
But see, that, like I said, that whether we started it or not, that confirms what I've been hearing over the course of the week, that there was going to be a run on wide receivers.
Yeah, and it started it, and yeah.
Right, exactly. So let's see. They are saying it's Dotson, so I'm going to go ahead and throw it on. Jahan Dotson, 5'11", 184, had 183 receptions for 2,757 yards for the 15.1 average, 25 touchdowns, and a pro number of 80.7. He's a good receiver for Pitt. He was a guy who, some people may link to us if we didn't grab one and if he was sitting there in a second.
Yeah.
I don't think he really fit what Smith was looking for in a receiver. But like I said, to pair him with Scary Terry McCullough, that's a good pairing. They're trying again. They're trying to set up Wentz with no excuse, even though he didn't really have an excuse out in Indy.
he had some talent there, But hey, you move on to another better situation where you got an offensive line again,
right?
And there is no excuse. This is it. This is to me. This is your last.
This is his last hurrah.
Yeah.
Somebody just said, hold on. I think Dr. Ganji is messing with me. No. The blockbuster trade. The Titans are planning to trade A.J. Brown to the Eagles.
Wow.
That's nuts.
Wow. See, this thing is wild.
Now look, I don't care what y'all say, but this Drake London pick is like by the minute looking better. It
has. And I'm going to tell you, the Falcons are getting even more excited because their strategy is working. And this is the reason why, even though I have them at 25th on my board, it has sparked something.
Yeah.
Terry Fontenot is strategizing. Now you're starting to see what Terry Fontenot can do. He's strategizing, and the strategy is working to a T.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
So,
it's really jump-starting some stuff.
A.J. Brown, like that was their guy. Who do they have at receiver now?
Your guess is better than mine.
I can't name one.
Julio is gone.
Yeah, Julio's still sitting out on the market.
Corey Davis went last
year. He went up to New York last year.
So they basically just starting over.
Wow. They just giving up after being in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And they just
stripping it down.
That's crazy.
Oh man, this is something tonight.
Yeah. And Dante Watkins is talking about why is Jermaine Johnson dropping? That's I didn't see that coming in.
That's crazy.
It's the run on wide receivers that's causing him to drop.
It did that sparked it.
Yeah.
It sparked it. It really sparked the change.
Yeah,
you have to give it up to Terry Fontenot and his crew with their strategy is working to a T. They have forced teams to have to make a run on these wide receivers. And guess what that does, guys? It's pushing players down to you in that second round.
Right.
I'm telling you, it's setting things up.
Yep. Now, Charleston Nash over here asking me where's the picture of Fontenot in the Avengers Marvel looking eyes. I need to get that picture on my computer. I'm gonna have that for tomorrow. Because holy Pete, this is nuts.
They don't. I'm not just saying because it's a whole bunch of people involved in this, but now we're starting to see.
Yeah, because now you just had 2 veteran wide receivers get traded.
Yeah, get traded.
In Hollywood Brown and now A.J. Brown.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
That's nuts, man. That is nuts.
Let's see.
Wow.
Lineman, there's Zion Johnson. They done got me so messed up that I ain't even on my pictures right now. Hold on. I got a picture for Zion.
Come on, JR. Focus.
I'm trying to get it, man. Zion Johnson, 6'3", 316, ideal position left guard. He's another guy who I was kind of hoping would slip to the second round. And as of right now, like we're at pick 17 and not a single quarterback's come off.
Yeah.
So all that posturing of them trying to build up like Malik Willis and Kenny Pickett, like I still think Pitt's going to take a Malik Willis unless New Orleans decides to. But I don't see I don't really see New Orleans taking him.
Well,
somebody says Charleston says do Titans go QB? There's some rumblings about that.
Our first Senior Bowl player has come on the board.
Zion Johnson. There you go. Pick number 17. Good old Zion Johnson.
There you go.
Good old Zion. And Terry also, y'all got to think about it like this, folks. Terry could have been looking at the fact of having to pay a wide receiver next year. And he may not have wanted to be allocating those resources. So now you get 5 years of, team control on what is your presumed to be wide receiver one.
Right.
Along with the next, 4 years of team control on, tight end one. So, y'all got to think long game as well in this type of stuff. Like when when you saw like Jacksonville do what they did in paying Christian Kirk, the amount of money that they paid him, like that's like what you're seeing. Tennessee didn't want to pay A.J. Brown. Baltimore didn't want to pay Hollywood Brown. So, that's like it's more than just tonight. That's the part I'm trying to get y'all.
What you also had to look at though, Tennessee's philosophy is not offense; they defense, and the same thing with Baltimore.
Right.
So you're not going to overpay a guy that if it's not your philosophy on offense, you're just not going to do it.
Yep. Tasman says this draft has been bananas, JR and Toby. Dude, it's almost been more bananas off the field, like not even in the draft, but.
Yep. And then they showing the Senior Bowl clips now. Yep. He's your first Senior Bowl player off the board, y'all.
The pick is in for Tennessee with the 18th and a 3rd. Let's see. That is crazy. That is absolutely.
That's bananas, man.
I did not expect that. I wonder if Tennessee goes wide receiver here. Keep it cheap.
And they could.
Keep it cheap.
I would think you almost would have to.
Yeah.
I would think you almost have to.
Yep. Oh, yep. Josh, the pick is in. He's saying it's Treylon Burks.
Yep.
There
you go.
Yeah. That was a guy that a lot of us early on had the Falcons looking at.
Yep.
So.
Wow, that run on receivers is
going. That's like, y'all talk about it like y'all saying it was bad.
No, that was strategizing right there, dog. That's actually turning out to work real well for them right now.
So Jonathan Holder says, quote from Drake London, says, "We are moving in the right direction, and I can't wait to go out there and put on the jersey and just be a dirty bird." Drake London to the media. There you go.
Hey, man, welcome, Drake.
That's it.
Welcome,
to be that,
welcome to the team.
Trying to rebuild that brand, man.
Family. Yeah, they doing it. Look, man, I'm telling you right now, they are re-energizing the building right now.
Yep.
You got them guys coming in there. This is going to be a fun camp, guys. Make no mistake about it. And this is how you build a competitive team, because when you build that type of energy, that new energy coming into the building, guys are going to feel renewed, refreshed, and even though we might not think they can win, they don't feel that way.
That's right. Fred Butts just tipped us $2. We appreciate that, Fred.
Appreciate that, Fred.
He says, "I loved our pick." Good. I'm glad you did, buddy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hayden Hughes says, "The Jaguars screwed over the wide receiver contracts. Might have just helped us out in the second round." Yeah. Like, think about it like that.
Yeah.
Like,
we are
at pick 18. And, like, right now, Jermaine Johnson's still hanging out. Who are some of the guys that are still? Devin Lloyd's still hanging out.
Oh, it's plenty I can name.
Trevor Penning is still hanging out.
Kobe Dean. I mean,
let's see. Devontae.
No quarterback has been taken yet.
Devontae Wyatt's still hanging out. George Karlaftis is still hanging out.
Yep.
Andrew Booth Jr.
Yeah.
Let's see. Perrion Winfrey, my dude. Another one of my dudes.
Yeah.
Like, there's still some dudes out there, y'all. Like, Perrion Winfrey, Boy Mafe, Arnold Epichetti, dude's a monster.
Drake Jackson. That I'm hoping the Falcons take another USC guy.
Drake Jackson.
I'm hoping we can land Drake Jackson, because I would love to have Drake Jackson.
And that's just off my top 50 that's still there.
Yeah.
Like, dude, there's still some, high end players that are out there chilling.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up Toby's top 50. Yep. Atlanta GA faithful Sam Williams. If you've really figured out what his off the field stuff, if he's put that stuff behind him, then yeah. Let's see. Nakobe Dean, for all you You know, the Bulldog fans out there, he's still chilling.
Yeah.
You know, Kyrie Elam, Christian Watson, Jalen Petrie. Like, don't sit here and think that this draft's even close to being over.
Mm-mm.
Let's see. Holy crap. Jonathan just said, Purdy and Rappaport, sources say A.J. Brown gets a 4-year extension of $100 million, $57.
That's what he wanted.
Yep,
They
$57
weren't
million
gonna pay it.
guaranteed. Like, there ain't going to be no excuse for Jalen Hurts. Like, none. Where are we at on this draft? We still waiting on the Titans pick to actually be announced on my end. Titans selection. I got Treylon Burks up there, so I'm hoping they're right. It is. Okay, Treylon Burks. 6'2", 225, 146 receptions, 2,300 yards, almost 24. Average of 16.4, 18 touchdowns, a pro grade of 89.6. Like, he was a guy that we felt like if he came here, that he would be the next evolution of what Cordell Patterson was.
Treylon, they Titans, who they traded with,
that was what they got from the Eagles. So
okay.
So yeah, Treylon Burks is a physical runner, physical guy. He fit that Arthur Smith mold, which is kind of what they're still continuing to try to do up there in Tennessee. So he was a good pick. Yeah, Hayden says Treylon Burks is a mostly unpolished A.J. Brown. Exactly. So you feel like you got A.J. Brown without having to pay A.J. Brown, and you got him for another 5 years. So.
Wow. Boy, this has been something right here, man.
This draft has been. I knew it was gonna be.
This has been wild, man. Like, to be this wild like that, and the run on the wide receivers, like,
yeah, it's been fun.
It's crazy.
I tell you this, like, you can say what you want to, but it makes what Atlanta did look smarter.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Yeah, it does. I'm telling you, that was it. The strategy has worked. The strategy has worked.
Let's see. We got next is New Orleans. So is this the first quarterback taken? Do you think?
Could be.
Do you think they jump? Do you think they ruin Pittsburgh's plans?
They could. They could jump on in there and ruin it.
Yeah, they definitely could. Matty Ghost just tipped us $5. Oh, he's gonna make me read this. Worst draft in Falcons history so far. Terrible, atrocious draft pick. Injury prone wide receiver Dimitrov Part Duh. Dudes have one freak injury. One even freak injury. He broke his ankle. Like, okay. I mean, you might be right, Matty. But yeah, I don't know. I think he showed that he was fine. So,
hey man, look.
Let's see. 6 wide receivers have been drafted so far, and 2 have been traded. So tonight you've had 8 wide receivers total move. The pick is in for New Orleans.
Wow.
Old Stinky Town. Can I see what it is? Nope. Yep. It is not Malik Willis. It is. If I can find him. I know he's here somewhere. Tyler L. Where is he at? Well, I guess I didn't. No, I mean.
Who they took?
Penning. Trevor Penning.
Oh, I didn't do it.
That's why. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
I didn't do Trevor Penning.
That's okay. No big.
I was going to, but
no big.
I didn't even do it.
JD in the truck. Hey, JD in the truck. Hey, he says, does Grady get traded tonight or tomorrow? I think if Grady gets traded, he might get traded for tomorrow. I hope he doesn't get traded, but there's already been some rumblings. So it'd be interesting to see how that pans out.
Yeah.
Yeah. He says 6 wide receivers in the first 20 picks. I know Green Bay and KC are sick. Possibly. Green Bay definitely got to be sick. Like, who else on the board wide receiver wise? Because now you've had Burks, London, both the Ohio State guys. I guess they could go with like a George Pickens or a Christian Watson.
All my receivers that was in this first round are gone.
Right.
I think I had 6 wide receivers in this first round, and they are gone. Jameson Williams, he went to Detroit, right?
Yes, Williams went to
at
Detroit.
12. At 12. Yeah, so yeah, all mine is gone. All my top 6 that I had is gone.
So,
don't mean that someone else won't go.
I think if another one goes, it would be either Pickens or Watson, like Christian Watson.
Yeah, it's possible.
Because, I mean, you got David Bell, and Jahan Dotson was like considered a second-round guy. Hayden Hughes is talking about like Alec Pierce and Traquan Thornton, but I think those are more second-rounders in my opinion.
I don't know if Traquan Thornton will go that high, but it'll be interesting to see if he does.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see if he goes that high. And the Saints get their new left tackle. We're gonna have to warn Lorenzo Carter and them guys that this guy's gonna try to throw you to the ground after the whistle.
yeah, exactly. It's gonna be some fights.
Matty Ghost done tipped us another $5. He says, we need defense. He says, F wide receivers. No daggum trenches. Sorry, I'm not trying to use as many cuss words as you did, Matty. I get you, man. But I'm telling you, dude, this draft ain't over. You still got Travis Owens. There's still Perrion Winfrey. There's still Fadian Mathis out of Alabama. So, come on. You're good, man. Just keep it going. 95 True says Grady is going to ask to be traded. Ain't getting any help, LOL. He may. Jonathan says,
and he may do get traded. I mean, it just
Jonathan says, has Nakobe Dean been picked? Not yet.
Nope, not yet. Who went 17? I missed something. I must have was.
Who went 17?
I was somewhere.
Hold on. Let me see if I can.
I missed that pick.
Let me see if I can pull up
Trevor Penny.
2022 NFL draft. See if I can just pull up a tracker real quick. We're just going to go first one, CBS Sports. 17 hasn't been picked yet. That's what we're on. So, that's where we're at. It says Zion Johnson. That's right. Zion Johnson to the Chargers.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. I forgot I had it. Yeah.
I wonder if NFL's a little faster.
I got it. Never mind. I got it.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, Zion.
Yeah. Wow. This is
we should be at the first QB now. I'm
at 20.
At 20 with Pittsburgh.
Oh boy, JR, I don't know, boy. Devin Lloyd is looking real good right now for Pittsburgh. You know how they is about their linebackers.
They do like them linebackers.
And Jermaine Johnson is still there. And them my last 2 top 10 players.
Yeah. You got Jermaine Johnson. And you compare him with TJ Watt.
Watts.
That'd be interesting.
And they already got a formidable pass rush over there.
Josh is saying Pickett. Kenny Pickett.
Oh, wow.
That'd be interesting because, man,
Well, he would stay there in Pittsburgh.
We'll see.
If that is the case, I don't know how. I talked to my guy who's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and he was talking about Kenny Pickett.
Right.
I think he would like the pick. If that is the case.
That does seem to be the case. So let's go ahead and throw Kenny Pickett up
Wow,
there.
my dude.
Kenny Pickett, 6'3", 220
My dude.
with 8.5-inch hands. Sorry, I had to throw that out there. He threw for 12,000 yards, 62%, with 32 interceptions to 81 touchdowns. He rushed for 801 yards and 20 rushing touchdowns. So, I mean, he's the most experienced because he stayed for another year with that COVID stuff. He definitely has the most experience out of everybody. So it's interesting because, man, all we heard was that Pittsburgh was in love with Willis.
Right.
So.
Wow, interesting.
That was interesting.
Yeah, that's wow.
So now they have Mitchell Trubisky and Kenny Pickett on the roster.
Wow.
So I wonder if Pickett can beat out Trubisky.
And he might do.
I don't see why he couldn't.
Well, this is about where they said teams are going to try to get back up in the first round and go make a run on QBs. So it should start right here.
Yeah, we got 12 more picks.
Yeah. So, yeah, it should start right here. Green Bay would probably be a perfect spot for someone to jump in at 22.
Yeah.
I think that's where Green Bay would be picking.
Mm-hmm.
Is at 22.
Yeah, and I'm looking at those. I'm looking at the second Green Bay pick and those 2 KC picks.
Yeah.
Really am.
Mm-hmm.
Glenn Rivas says Falcons might draft 3 wide receivers in this draft, so your bold prediction might come true. You never know.
Hey,
you never
it
know.
Just might. They already took one.
That's right. So, yeah, so we got the Kenny Pickett going to Pittsburgh. Now you got New England on the clock. Doesn't New England scream like Devin?
Jermaine Johnson. He has to go there.
Like that or Devin Lloyd?
Devin Lloyd, yeah. One of them two has to be going there right now.
Right. Tony Wright saying Mitchell Trubisky, Mason Rudolph, and Kenny Pickett. I think Mason Rudolph's days are numbered. They tried more than once to make Mason Rudolph the dude. And the guy I work with is a Pittsburgh fan. And he was like, nah, dog. Like Rudolph ain't it. Oh, Hayden Hughes, yeah, that's a good one. George Karlaftis to New England. That seems such a Bill Belichick guy, doesn't he?
Yeah, it is so many good players still left that hadn't even gone yet. Wow. Wow.
ATLGA Faithful says Azukanama paired with Pitts and London with Tate would be sick. I like Azukanama. That's a guy you could get in the later rounds for sure. Matty Ghost giving us another $5, which I so appreciate, man. He likes me reading all these negative things. That's what it is. He said Willis equals Tyrod Taylor, like I told everyone. Threw 12 picks against Division II talent last year. Laugh my butt off. Nobody wants a rocket arm but can't read defenses. That's the knock on him.
All right, now Matty goes now. In his defense, that offensive line he had up there was like jello.
Right.
I do have to push back just a little bit now. That jello off an offensive line wasn't going to do him much good. Of course, you're going to throw it at the shoot up. All he threw was 12 picks. That's amazing.
Right. Yep. I mean, he was asked to play hero ball every time.
Right.
So we'll see. We shall see.
Who knows? And right now, I don't know anybody else coming up that's really going to be drafting a QB.
I mean, unless it's us. That's the only one I can see. Or Minnesota, yeah. They don't have to come up. They're at the very back.
They're at 32. They traded with the Detroit Lions. Right. And the Detroit Lions was a team that folks were talking about might get a QB at 32.
Uh-huh.
And they may come back up. They may trade some picks and come back up.
Yeah.
But, hey, wow, right now, things is lining up pretty good for the Falcons.
Looking decent. All right, so Kenny Pickett got officially announced. He gets to stay in Pittsburgh. He played at Heinz Field. Isn't that where Pittsburgh plays? Pitt?
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's used to playing there. So he didn't have no problem there with his small hands.
Yeah, he just had to get used to the ball.
Yeah, just maybe a little extra stick on his gloves.
It's something.
Let's see. Jr. What field issues does Sam Williams have? I think it was like some early on domestic violence stuff is what I heard. I haven't really looked into it, but it was some stuff that got dropped. But nowadays, you get dinged for any kind of stuff like that, and it sticks with you. So, like he's gonna have to convince people that stuff's behind him, or it didn't happen, or what have you. True says Falcons, come redeem our faith. Jump in and get a dog. Y'all would like who y'all like? Dean, Nakobe Dean, Devontae Wyatt, or Quay. Out of those two,
Devontae is my guy.
I was about to say out of those, I would like Devontae Wyatt myself.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Nakobe Dean, his size interests me, I guess you could say. He seems to be a little smaller, so I'm not sure like how that would work out. If y'all were worried about Deion Jones' size in this scheme, not wanting to fill holes, I'm not saying that Nakobe Dean don't want to fill holes, but it'll be interesting. So apparently, the Chiefs have traded up to New England's spot. Jonathan Holder says the Pats are trading back, it seems. No idea what the comp is. And then Ganji followed it up with, the Chiefs have traded up.
It's got to be wide receiver, man.
For the Chiefs, yeah, it's got to be. Like Christian Watson, David Bell, like it's got to be.
Wow. Yeah, all my wide receivers that I had with first-round grades are gone, so...
Yeah, I mean, you could talk about maybe John Mechie, David Bell, Christian Watson.
Christian Watson, I got as my next one, the first one in the second round that they could be coming up for because they don't want to wait to go into the second round to get them.
Right. It's got to be Watson.
Very interesting.
Like, to me, he's the only one left. So Kansas City sent 29, 94, and 121 to New England. So that's what, a fourth and a fifth round? Or was that a fifth and sixth?
What was it again?
94 and 21?
That's a third. And 121?
Yeah, that's their third.
That's a fourth.
Third
and a fourth.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it's the fourth from Miami, so.
Yeah, that don't hurt them. They can afford to give up that.
They can afford it. They can afford
All
to do
right.
that. Let's see.
It could be a pat. They could be going up for Jermaine Johnson too, though. So
yeah, Glenn Reeves just said that. Jermaine Johnson's go to the Chiefs too. They need another pass rush.
Man,
see if I can catch it.
That'll be a good one for them.
Or it's not even a pass rusher. It is a cornerback. It's going to take forever for the TV to catch up. It's cornerback Trent McDuffie.
Trent McDuffie,
5'11", 195, 71 tackles, 8 pass defenses, and 2 interceptions with a pro grade of 3. So they get a help on the outside to deal with their division.
Wow.
Yeah, man, that's interesting that they traded up for McDuffie. But you were kind of high on McDuffie, though, weren't you?
I had him at 30 on my board. He wasn't he was in my top 5.
Okay.
For cornerbacks.
I get
you. Yeah, he definitely was in my top 5 for cornerbacks. But I think he wasn't even invited to the his teammate Gordon was invited to the
combine.
Not the combine, but to the draft.
Oh, and he wasn't. Nah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, dude, I think Chris Jameson piped in. He said that's a horrible pick. I mean, you got better eyes on that guy with you being a Ducks fan. Let's see. Because like the coaching, Jonathan's giving us some more from Drake London's presser. Says London said he wanted to be in Atlanta because he liked the coaching staff and the direction the team is going. He also said the Falcons are getting a playmaker. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, he better say that.
Yeah, I mean, he better say that. There. I mean,
the Falcons are getting 25th best player on the board.
Right. I mean, he's supposed to say something like that.
Oh man, dude, but it's setting up real nice for round 2.
Yeah,
round 2 and 3 is setting up to be.
It definitely
quite
is.
Nice. You got 4 picks.
Wow.
So you got 4 picks tomorrow. Like you can go a bunch of different directions.
Man, Malik Willis has not come off the board yet, or Matt Corral.
I didn't think Matt Corral would.
Kenny Pickett is gone.
That was a little surprising to me. Oh, that poor baby. I hate when I see that. Like you see the family all getting hyped or whatever, and somebody's jumping around with a baby in her arms, and that baby's just crying. Like put that baby down. Come on now. Sorry.
No, you good?
Wow. King 7 says, I do like his attitude. He has that dog in him. He don't take no crap, and he wants all the smoke. And that's the thing. Like, if there's one aspect about Ridley that we all saw, is like it didn't seem like, he wanted that contact. And I know that ain't sit well with Smith.
Right.
Like, so everybody's like, oh, Ridley might be back next year. No, man, they were trying to trade Ridley.
Ridley
ain't coming back. Like, straight up.
And especially if we take 3 wide receivers in this draft, there ain't no room for Ridley.
All right.
That's a wrap.
Pick is in for Green Bay. We saying wide receiver here, right? Y'all think? For Green?
Christian Watson, maybe?
Christian Watson? That'd be nice. And that'd be nice for Green Bay.
Yeah.
And they didn't have to trade up for him?
Mm-mm. And unless they trade the pick, which they may not.
Shoot, y'all, we might be done with this draft before midnight. Whew.
Man, this would be a record.
Oh, Lord. Here we go. IG Watch. Josh Gilman says Grady deleted all his Falcons info on his IG bio.
There it is.
That could be it right there.
Grady out.
Grady out.
Grady is out.
Like, I mean, even if that ends up being the case, I've said all along, like, he made the statement that he wanted to test free agency.
Hey.
And so if that's the case, that's the case. Let it, He sees with the state of the roster. I mean, if you lose Grady and you get Perion Winfrey, I won't be too upset.
Listen, Doc. If you get Travis Jones,
dude,
I'm rocking.
That's right. I mean, it's so telling in a sense, like, even like Coach Smith was talked about, they said he wasn't a scheme fit.
No, he's not.
He's not. He needs to be an attacking 4-3.
Yeah,
he
does.
Not a multiple 3-4. I mean, I ain't saying that that's the case. These guys do that kind of stuff all the time. That's some of the only leverage they really have to show their disgruntledness or whatever.
Brady has no leverage, though.
No, he doesn't.
He has
no guarantees.
Now, zilch.
Right. Like, they could cut him and pick up $16 million.
Exactly.
So, I mean.
But you don't want to do that because you want to get something for him.
Right.
A comp pick of a 5th or a 6th ain't going you can when you probably get a 2nd or a 3rd at least.
Right.
So, yeah.
Packers selection. What we got? Let's see if Twitterverse will tell me.
Wow. Hey, man. Your bold prediction of either him or Dion.
Wow. It's Quay Walker.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious, dude.
Wow, bro.
Quay Walker is.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you. Hey,
Dude, this is lining
you
up
like
nice.
I love it. You like it, I love it.
That's
Let's
right.
take them.
Yeah, this
Wow.
is lining up. Quay Walker, 6'4", 240. Solo tackles of 79, 11 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, no interceptions, no forced fumbles. I mean, he's just, he's another Georgia linebacker.
Well,
Buffalo traded up.
I can tell you this much: he was not one of my 105 players.
No.
So yeah.
Somebody just asked me, JR, who do we get at 43? Dude, again, it's wide open. Like if Malik Willis is sitting there, you could potentially take him at 43. Matt Corral at 43. You could get, Devontae Wyatt if you do intend to trade Grady Jarrett, Travis Jones. Like, dude, it's all over. It's all over the place. You can get Kenneth Walker if you really want to ignite this run game. Kenneth Walker, Breece Hall is going to be sitting there. And shoot, Jermaine Johnson might still be sitting there.
Yeah, he might do.
Wow.
I know he feel bad tonight though, because he came to the draft and he didn't get picked yet. My mouth is wide open.
Shocked.
I heard rumors about Quay Walker going in the first round, but wow.
Yeah, that's
once again, you choose somebody for the traits that they have, because that's what Jacksonville did.
This has been a traits draft.
Yes. I mean, look, I like Quay, but it's no way I'm taking him over Nakobe Dean or
Devin Lloyd,
Channing Tyndale. It's no way.
It is kind of
Channing Tyndale made a lot of plays for Georgia.
For Nakobe Dean, I think it is his size. I'm gonna throw up his card just for a second so I can check. Yeah, Nakobe Dean standing at 6 foot.
He's 225.
6 foot 225. That's hurting him.
Yeah,
I know everybody's like, oh, he's so smart and all this, and I get it. But 6 foot 225. If you're not playing behind a massive line like who's gonna keep you clean like Georgia's line, that's what's hurting Nakobe Dean right now.
They just took Quay Walker.
Yeah, but Quay Walker, 6'4",
yeah,
245. No, yeah, 240, 6'4", 240. Yeah. This has been. I knew it was gonna be fun tonight. I appreciate y'all hanging with us.
That's got me scratching my head, bro. Like, I heard rumblings that he might go in the first round.
Right.
But, dude, oh, wow. Well, all right, then.
All right,
go ahead,
let's
Green
see.
Bay. Get it.
And now it's coming in that it looks like the Bills are taking Andrew Booth Jr.
Wow.
So, yeah, they jump up in front of Cowboys. No, not Booth. They're saying it's Kyrie Elam.
Well, there goes there.
And there's Nebergall's guy, Florida's guy, Kyrie Elam. I know I have him. Maybe I don't.
I did one of them. I did do one of his.
Yeah, you did. I must have missed him. I could have swore. I could have swore I had him.
They got a nice man corner there for him.
Let's see.
He played against some top competition. I can tell you that much, and he held his own against that top competition. Two of those guys is John Mitchell and Jameson Williams. He had to face.
Well, let's just pull up your scouting report. You says I love corners that can make a QB work for it by playing the receiver tight. The QB has to make perfect throws. Elam is one of those corners. Yep, Matt Elam is his uncle that was drafted by Baltimore. Tall, long arms, good size. Matchup versus physical wide receivers. There you go. So, heck yeah.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that at all. Not mad at that at all.
Wow.
It seems like we have potentially Devin Lloyd to the Cowboys. Let's see. Let me try to confirm that. I haven't seen that posted yet, Dr. Ganja. So we'll see if that ends up being the case or not. But no, man, this is setting up for a real nice second round. Like super nice second round. We got what, one?
Yeah.
Let's see, Dallas. Let's see. Let go. We're at pick 23. So we got 9 picks left. 9 picks to see if the Falcons jump back in.
Wow.
Let's see. King J says Karlaftis still out there too, right? Yep, George Karlaftis is still out there. Like, y'all worried about trenches, and I'm telling you guys, just on the pass rushers alone, I'm gonna pull up the shameless plug of poundforpound.com, PatL.com. Sam Williams, Arnold Ektiva, Nico Benito, Kingsley Igbury, Drake Jackson. Yep. Boy Mafe, George Karlaftis, Cam Thomas, DeMarvin Leal, Majay Sanders, D'Angelo Malone, Josh Pascal, and Jermaine Johnson. Mm-hmm. So, for all y'all that are y'all saw that run on wide receivers. The Falcons probably had good intel that was going to happen.
Yeah.
And that they weren't going to get their guy that they wanted in the second round.
They weren't going to be able to go down to 25 to get Drake London. They wanted them, and they couldn't go down. And they hinted out that they didn't want to go down past 20.
Right.
If they were going to go down.
So Kyrie Elam is a Bill. So now you got Dallas on the board.
Yeah, matching him up with Tre'Davious White. Oh, yeah. That's pretty good. I think Tre'Davious got hurt and missed most of the season.
Yeah.
But that's pretty good pairing.
No, that's a real good pairing.
Healthy White back.
Oh yeah, and Glenn Reeves pulled up something I didn't think about either. Tyler Linderbaum is still out there.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, they said that it was word that he would fall probably out of the first round.
So that's a guy I wouldn't mind grabbing in a second. If you ain't got confidence in Hennessy or Dahlman.
Yeah.
So.
Man, this is pretty good though. This is the way things is lining up right now. Boy, it's gonna be hard to see which way that second round is going to go.
Oh, for sure. This gonna be very hard to predict that second round.
Yeah, I just feel so bad for the guys that haven't been drafted yet, sitting there on pins and needles tonight. Like, dang it, man.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, they had probably a record low of like people
guys. Yeah. They invited 21 guys.
Right.
But man.
Let's see. Now, One Sleep says Georgia's most number one picks in NFL history. I wonder if that's true or not, or if you pulling my leg.
Well, tell you what, they trying to head that direction. If they are.
Somebody's asking, where's Deebo Samuel going? To the 49ers? Like, I don't think. I mean, seriously, unless Green Bay decides they're giving up this last pick, which they could. I mean, yeah, Andrew Booth is still on the board.
Wow. I would think that if the Falcons are going to come up for a quarterback, they're going to be able to get them for the cheap without giving up a lot to get them.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Because I don't see anybody else drafting a quarterback all the way down to the end.
No, if somebody, outside of Minnesota, I don't see anybody grabbing anyone.
Yeah,
like
I don't.
Maybe Tennessee, and that's a maybe.
Yeah,
but I don't see him doing that because that would signal a full rebuild there.
Yeah, I just don't see it. So Falcons may only have to give up a second.
Yeah, and it may be like the extra one.
Yeah. So if they wanted a guy down at that bottom, if it's Malik Willis or Matt Corral.
I'm looking at that other, either that other KC pick, maybe Tennessee. And maybe Cincinnati. I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah. But why? They got their starters.
Oh, so Jaden's correcting us. He says Grady's still following the Falcons on Instagram.
Oh, well, good.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
So we'll see what Dallas is apparently on the phone.
Yeah. Dallas is probably trying to trade out at people. It was rumors that they were desperately trying to trade up, and since that ain't happening, who knows? This might be a spot where the Falcons may come up.
You never know.
Might be it right here. Dallas may be trying to trade out of it.
Say, I got an extra second. I got a second for you. A second this year and maybe a second next.
They may not feel any of those players are worth their first round pick, but we'll see. They're going to take it down to the end, that's for sure.
It looks like they are for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, but they could use some wide receiver help.
Yeah,
you know,
they could.
But if that was the case, why wouldn't you just, re-sign Amari Cooper?
Right.
Why would you cut him, Oh, pick is in.
Okay, so let's see who they went and got. Could they go for Jermaine Johnson?
Ooh, that'd be an interesting pairing. They lost Randy.
Kobe Dean.
They lost Randy Gregory.
Devin Lloyd.
Let's see.
They got some linebackers there that they could go after. Devin Lloyd will be an interesting fit, and Kobe Dean would be an interesting fit for them.
Yeah, especially if you plan to put Parsons on the edge.
They may feel
the chat saying they went O-line.
Okay, so they did. They went O-line.
And it looks like it's maybe the Tulsa kid.
Oh, Chris Paul?
No, Tyler Smith.
Or the other guy, Tyler Smith.
There was rumors that he was going to go up in the first.
Yeah.
I heard that today.
Yeah, he was getting a lot of steam, full steam ahead. He was getting a lot of full steam ahead there.
We'll go ahead and throw Tyler Smith up there. So somebody's asking, who is Tyler Smith? Well, let me tell you, sir. Tyler Smith is a 6'5", 332-pound, ideal left tackle. Played 26 games. Now, I thought they had a stalwart left tackle in Tyron Smith. Is he just getting on up there in years? Is that what's going on?
Maybe so. Maybe they went best player available for them. And that's fine. I mean,
somebody asked us how we felt about Hucklebuck71 says, how do y'all feel about Kadarius Toney? If you don't cost much, sure. I'd give him right now. I'd give him a go, but I think taking London kind of takes that off the board, doing something like that. Myself.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I think so. I think they're going to take their chances grooming the wide receivers in this draft.
I think so.
And building them with whoever their quarterback is.
Because I don't think, because the deal is, I don't think that they want to, right now, I don't think they want to pay a quarterback.
Yeah.
I know they're about to walk into next year with over $100 million in cap space. And I don't think they want to allocate it to a wide receiver. That's what I meant. I said quarterback. But I don't think they want to allocate it to a wide receiver.
Yeah, especially if you go out and get one of these top quarterbacks that might hit the market next year, like a Lamar Jackson. You rather take your chances with, if you bring in a vet and you trade for a veteran to one or two things, to either grow with the wide receivers, help them grow, or you draft a quarterback to grow with the receivers, however you want to do it.
Right. Let's see. Somebody just said something. Okay, it was King7 says, guys, anyone know if there's any bad news on Jermaine Johnson? I can't see why he's still out of such a high draft spot. That's been the big surprise. I'm also while we're doing this, obviously I'm keeping an eye on Twitter as well for any kind of more breaking news or whatnot. But that's been the talk, that's the surprise of this draft, is that Johnson has fallen. A lot of people expected him to go much, much higher, in the top 10. Like they felt his floor would have been, either Atlanta or New York in their second pick. So the fact that he's still on the board is like the surprise and the shock of the, of the draft right now. Like, but it happens every year.
It does.
So.
But it's crazy, man. We don't even have that many more picks to go.
No, dude, like we're moving along in a nice clip.
Yeah.
We got Tennessee, Tampa Bay, Green Bay, New England, KC, Cincy, and Minnesota. You got 7 picks left.
Yeah. Now, Buccaneers could draft another quarterback, but they just took one last year, so they may not.
Right. I don't see them doing that because they just restructured Tom's deal and all this other jazz. I don't see that happening.
Yeah. But they took Kyle Trask from Florida last
year. Dude, yeah. It's going to be good. I think as this going on, maybe I'm just convincing myself, but as it's going on, this Drake London pick, I was already mentally prepared for it. But seeing how the rest of this is folded out with, 2 guys, 2 veterans getting traded during the draft, like that's a big indication. And I bet you, dollars to pesos that, Atlanta had that intel that there was going to be a big run. So,
they wanted Drake London. They couldn't afford to trade down too far and miss out on taking him. So you have to take him at 8.
Right.
And it was a perfect plan because, like you said, it really triggered some things and forced some issues there.
Right.
So, yeah, it's setting up well for them right now.
Exactly.
Setting up real well.
Yeah, this next deal is pretty good. Charleston Nash says, "Hey Tennessee, you want your second round pick back?" Oh man. Hey, Hayden Hughes says, if Marcus Mariota just plays average next season, it could lead us into the playoffs. Then we sign his option for like $14 million, and that's always possible. Like it's a strong possibility that Mariota could resurrect his career. Here.
He could.
I mean, I reserve that judgment in a sense. I don't necessarily think it's going to happen, but I wouldn't put it out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
Josh Gillum says Devontae Wyatt got domestic violence red flags. Do you think we take him if he's there in a second? It depends on how those. In this day and age, the one thing you don't want is domestic violence. Period. Point blank.
Yeah.
Like you don't want any red flags, but you definitely don't want domestic violence. So, yeah, I'm not. If they think it's too spicy, then no.
Wow. Boy, this is crazy. It's still so many players that have 8 more picks. We'll see how it unfolds, but wow. This has been wild here, man. It's been very wild here. That may be it on the receivers. It may not be. I mean, you still got KC out there who could take another receiver and may go with Christian Watson.
Maybe. Let's see. Ravens are on the phones apparently. What do y'all think? Who y'all think the next pick will be? If it's the Ravens, like I could see it being a wide receiver with Watson, but I could also see it be, somebody to pair with. Don't they have Patrick Queen? So, maybe another, like Devin Lloyd or whatnot. Let's see. Atlanta GA Faithful says, P for P, can I plug my channel? I can't stop you from typing whatever you want to type in here. I'm not going to. If you want to, go for it. I don't care. We all in here just trying to have fun. Oh, Lord, Matty Ghost back with another $5.
Oh, Lord, Matty, what you got?
He says Mariota has been injured every year of his career. 4 games.
And he's
games last year with the Raiders. Brittle like plastic in cold weather. I give him 6 games. I think he only played one game for the Raiders last year. He wasn't a starter. He's the backup.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, yes, you're right. That's a possibility. Does he can he stay on the field? Can he be smarter about how he goes about his business?
We shall see.
Yep.
We'll see how it all unfolds. They did get their pick in.
Looks like it. Looks like they got the pick in. Some people are saying maybe Tyler Linderbaum. Do I have him? Oh, come on, JR.
That would be a pick. Good pick for them again.
I failed miserably. I don't even have Tyler Linderbaum's card.
Hey, man, look. It was just us two doing a lot of the
and that was the thing. Like
it's hard to cover everything.
We did. Tried to produce the best show tonight that we could, and so a lot of the stuff.
That's all right. We got profiles.
That's right. Anything y'all want to read, it's on p4patl.com. The Baltimore Ravens have selected Tyler Linderbaum.
So that's that.
That is that. He's off the board. He is off the board. Let's see.
He did slide down, but it was going.
Oh.
That's for sure.
Right. Oh, man. Let's see here. We got just a few more picks. Y'all don't start dragging this stuff out now. May do that. May do just that, faithful. Somebody wanting to collab with us. We're not much on collabs. We just kind of do our own thing. Uh-oh, I think I actually lost Toby completely. Says my connection's still good. Let's see here. We'll drop Toby for a second, see if he comes back. Jets are on the clock. Seems like they have traded up. All right. Wonder what they could be looking for. What do y'all think? What y'all think they could be? Maybe JJ? Maybe Jermaine Johnson? Maybe the slide stops? Maybe. Who knows? Yeah, everybody's saying they're getting Johnson. We'll see. Uh-oh. Let's see. I'm still good on my end, right? Y'all can still hear me, right? Maybe Watson. Y'all let me know if y'all can't hear me, okay? Or if I've dropped it. I don't think I have, though. Okay. I lost Toby. So y'all are just going to have to give it a second, see if he calls me back. Let's see what the old Lamar Jackson tweeted, what the F. Oh, man. Toby D. Let's see. All right. Got you back. Good deal. Good deal, loose quill. Hey, it's all good. Jets traded up, and we haven't seen what their pick is yet. Lamar Jackson over here tweeting out, what the F. Oh, man. Everybody's guessing that it's Jermaine Johnson to the Jets.
That was the name that was heavily linked to them.
Ian Rappaport just put it out there.
So the fact that they got him right here, that's a steal.
Yeah, dude. I'd be interested in what they had to give up for it. I didn't look at if somebody has the what you call it. Let me know. So Jermaine Johnson, 6'5", 262, 24 tackles for loss, 18 sacks, 53 solo tackles, a 1.23 production grade, and a grade of 6.78. He was my realistic pick for the Falcons. And the fact that he slid that far, I don't know why. There's always that surprise. But, yeah, the Jets are doing they're doing yeoman's work as far as this draft goes. 3 first-rounders. They may be finally like trying to turn their franchise around, and that's good to see. You know. So,
wow. The fact that they were able to get him.
Oh yeah, dude.
Wow.
And the part that's getting me, man, like at this point, you got to figure. So round 2. Well, let's see here. You might have to jump Seattle if you want a QB.
Yeah.
Possibly Houston if you want a QB.
Mm-hmm.
King 7 says, what does Tampa Bay need? They need a defensive lineman. I know they got Vita Vea, but they didn't bring back Ndamukong Suh, to the best of my knowledge.
The word was Devontae Wyatt might be connected to them.
See, that makes sense. Like, I would take him. I would take Perion Winfrey or Devontae Wyatt.
Yeah.
You know, plug him next to Vita Vea. That would be a smart pick in my book.
Yeah. That's crazy that the Jets were able to get Jermaine Johnson at 26. They had to jump up to do it.
Yeah.
But that's...
I wonder if they had to jump up. I wonder if they jumped Tampa Bay.
Maybe.
I mean, because Tampa Bay did Tampa Bay bring back JPP?
Not that I know of.
So they got Shaq Barrett.
Yeah.
So maybe they felt like they had to to jump Tampa Bay.
Good for them.
Yeah, right. Hey, that's fine. Wreck Tampa Bay's plans. I'm good with it.
I don't need to see him here in our division, especially since we didn't draft him.
That's right.
This is actually turning out pretty good, but y'all got to get excited now. Look at this. We didn't have to worry about Sauce Gardner in our division.
Nope.
We don't have to worry about Jermaine Johnson. We don't have to worry about Thibodeau.
Nope. Don't have to worry about Kyle Hamilton.
Y'all should get excited right now.
Oh, Jacksonville just come up from Tampa Bay's spot. Wonder what they be going after.
They must know Tampa's out to somebody else. And
Tampa Bay just come out of the first round completely.
Wow.
So
the guy must have been Jermaine Johnson if he'd have gotten there.
Right. Yep.
Moved out.
So yeah, I'm just wondering who Jacksonville coming up to get.
Wow. Yeah, right. That's interesting.
Let's see. Here.
Wow, who could Jacksonville be coming up to get?
I don't know. I'm trying to think. Who y'all think? Because I'm lost on that one. What do they need?
They got him.
They got Christian Kirk. Glenn Rivas says Jacksonville probably going Booth? ?
Could be.
Could be Booth.
Wow.
Could be. I mean, you got Lewis Seen and Daxton Hill still out there on safety wise.
Yep, do.
And I heard somebody said Nakobe Dean. They just brought in Foye though. I mean, I'm not trying to say that, and did they trade Miles Jack or cut Miles Jack?
They cut Miles Jack.
Right. So, I mean, maybe it is Nakobe. I would think you would take Devin Lloyd over Nakobe.
But hey, maybe not. I mean, the way this draft been going so far, it's been crazy. It has been crazy.
Or, I mean, are they coming up for like a Devontae Wyatt?
Now that.
Or Perion Winfrey or something like that.
You get another Georgia guy to pair with the Georgia guy you took in the first overall pick. Now you might have your.
You might have your Alden Smith. Yep.
That would be a pick to get. Wow. Could be on to something, George. They could do that.
Yep. Let's see.
Wow. This is I'm still just like, wow, they were able to get Jermaine Johnson at the pick where they got him at 26. That's crazy.
Yeah, that is nuts to me. That's that right now. That's the biggest surprise.
Yeah. I just knew he was going in the top,
Yeah,
but
that's been my biggest surprise.
fooled me.
One sleep away saying Devin Lloyd. That might be the pick there.
Well, that will be my last top 10 player if it is.
Let's see here. Let's go ahead and get it
That's
rolling
what
if that's the case.
that's what it goes down to. Comes down to. Wow. All these trades tonight have been crazy, bro.
Charleston Nash says they drafted Lawrence and ETN last year. Now this year to pair two more, possibly. Who knows? Let's see what transpires. We are coming to a close.
Think that's it for wide receivers?
Yeah, I think so. Like maybe KC.
Yeah.
That KC may just be sitting there chilling. Maybe even New England. They signed a wide receiver, didn't they, in the off season? I'd have to look it up.
Yeah. It was kind of quiet. They didn't make a lot of moves.
Well, after last year, the much money as they guaranteed last year, I don't think they could really afford to.
Yeah, true.
To be honest.
True.
Let's see here.
Yeah.
Looks like it is Devin Lloyd.
Well.
So we're going to go ahead and put him out. He was a guy you were really high on.
Yeah, he was 8 on my board.
Right. Devin Lloyd, 6'3", 235, 150 solo tackles, 43 tackles for loss, 15.5 sacks, 5 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, and a production number of 1.3. Like, very productive player. Like, Jacksonville, that's a good pick by Jacksonville. You pairing him with Foye Luakon down there, and that's a real good pairing, in my opinion.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. But Quay Walker came off before Devin Lloyd, though. Wow.
That is kind of nuts, ain't it?
Yeah.
That is kind of nuts.
Me too. Yo.
Eric S. Power says Fontenot is looking smart tonight. After that run on QBs or whatever wide receivers he is.
Wide receivers, yeah.
King 7 says Arnold or Drake Jackson to the Falcons in the second. See,
I hope so.
That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Like, there's still very productive guys out there.
Yeah.
Like, even Nico Benito. Like, if you want to, like, fireball off the edge, he's in that range with Arnold to me. And then Boy Mafe, if you want a bigger guy. And Hayden Hughes just said there's a possibility that Malik Willis falls to the second round. There is a major possibility.
Boy, it ain't that many more picks left.
Oh, Atlanta GA Faithful says bold prediction: London will have more touchdowns in his career than Julio Jones.
That's
saying something.
That is saying something there, boy. Because I was just thinking about Julio Jones today. I don't know if he did enough to make the Hall of Fame. Not on first ballot.
No, maybe not.
Man, I was hoping he had better numbers than what he had. Because I was looking at his numbers today, man. He had a little under 14,000 yards for his career and 61 touchdowns for his career.
Right. There's another guy that our good buddy who hopefully will be on the show tomorrow night, Damsky, just talked about Logan Hall, that defensive tackle edge guy out of Houston.
Houston, yeah.
There's a lot of players if y'all are worried about defense. Now, tomorrow I hope y'all come back because we're going to be streaming again, and we should have some guys with us. And I believe Damsky should be here. And if any of y'all follow Hunter Thompson. I believe he's going to be here as well.
Mm-hmm.
So we should have an even like fuller house tomorrow for the 4 picks that we have there. So like I really hope y'all come back and kick it with us.
Wow, man. Like, this is crazy right now. Man.
They are dragging out these last picks. They were moving at a pretty good clip.
Malik Willis might not even get picked.
You don't think he gets picked at all?
Might not get picked. I don't know.
You talking about tonight? Or just
tonight.
Tonight he might not. He might not tonight. Because like his best chance right now is Minnesota. Or somebody coming up.
You know what? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Unless the Falcons jump up.
Right. Which is the reason why we don't just hang up after the Falcons pick.
Right.
Because you never know what they might do. But yeah, so the Falcons, very well could trade back up. Let's see. I'm trying to see if there's any rumors.
Wow, that'll, man. Yeah, they could trade back up. They could trade up with Minnesota. Minnesota might go out of the first round totally.
Right.
Well, who knows? Man, I'm very curious to see if they are going to trade back in and do what Peter King was predicting they would do.
Right. I mean, because I look for New England, Cincy, or Minnesota.
Yeah.
Because Cincy did some good work in the offseason. They may not feel like, anything major is needed in a sense. Like, as far as first round, I wonder how Goodell's back feels. He's always getting picked up by these guys. He's getting too old for that jump. Mark Turner says D'Angelo Malone tomorrow. Dude, I would love D'Angelo Malone.
It's possible.
He's a guy who really got on my radar at the Senior Bowl. And I heard people talking about it, and I'm like, man, I'm not looking at this pass rusher out of freaking Western Kentucky. Especially it's 240 pounds. But he does such a good job of converting speed to power that it's amazing to me. And I really like D'Angelo Malone. Apparently, Devontae Wyatt to the Packers. Is that what I'm seeing?
If that's the case, that's a good pick.
From Josh Mulaney, or Josh Gillum, excuse me. I'll go ahead and tee it up.
That's a good pick.
Oh, yeah.
That is. Yeah, that is a real good pick.
They must not be too worried about his red flags.
Yeah, probably. More than likely, no.
If that is the pick, he's 6'3", 315, 49 tackles for loss. 49 tackles, 12 tackles for loss, 5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue that he was a more productive player than Jordan Davis. But then there's a possibility that it's like Jordan Davis is part of the reason what made him productive. Yeah, so it's Quay Walker and Devontae Wyatt, both defensive players, no offensive despite trading Adams in the offseason.
So Green Bay gets my prediction with 2 Georgia players, huh?
Oh, so you did get a bold prediction right. No, you got more. But it wasn't to Atlanta.
For the Falcons.
Yeah, you had it for Atlanta. That's right. Sorry. Let's see. Glenn says, would y'all be okay with Breece Hall in the second? Yes.
If he's there.
If he's there in the, especially the second at 58, I'd take Breece Hall all day long. He is RB1 in this draft, in my opinion. Yep. He does a lot of versatile things. Somebody says, is Vikings taking Willis? I don't know.
That's a big joke. Devin Lloyd is big, man.
He's a big dude.
6'3", like 245, something like that.
He ain't no little guy.
You can see that Cadell. You can see what's his name, be ready for them when he getting picked up.
Uh-huh.
Roger Goodell. He be prepared for it.
Don't break my ribs.
Free chiropractic. Shoot.
Let's see.
Guys, is Malik Willis going tonight?
I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
Because who's taking him?
Well, you got
Minnesota. Minnesota might be the first one to get him.
Minnesota is the only one that makes any sense.
New England finally got a pick in.
When was the last time they had a first round pick and didn't trade out of it?
It's been a long time. Yeah, it's been a long time, but they can't afford that now. They don't have Tom Brady. They was able to do that when they had Tom Brady.
Yeah, they got to start picking them now.
Yeah. Yeah, they got to start picking them now, dog. Wow.
All right,
This is crazy.
Still waiting on the Devontae Wyatt pick to be fully announced on the TV. Let's see.
All right, well.
All right.
Been pretty. This has been pretty. It's what I was hoping it would be.
So apparently, they let's see. The pick is in for them. So let's move on to the Patriots pick. Apparently, it's Cole Strange, the O lineman out of
Strange. Wow.
Where he was out of a small school, wasn't he?
Yeah, I got it.
Like Chattanooga or something like that.
Hold on, give me 1 second. Wow, man.
I don't think we got him. Oh, yeah, I definitely ain't got a picture of him.
Yeah, I didn't. He wasn't one of my guys.
Right.
He wasn't one of my guys I was looking at, but
he
was getting a lot of traction.
We are at pick 29 because, they're saying 30th now. On my side, they're just announcing 28.
Wow.
So let's see. Yeah, they're taking University of Chattanooga, Cole Strange.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty high there.
Yeah, that's higher than where I had him. But hey, you do what you got to do.
Yeah, because I'm sitting there thinking, I'm looking at like Sean Rain's still there, Ed Ingram's still there, Darren Kennard's still there. Who else? Lictus Smith is still there. Nicholas Petit Farid, which you had a first round grade on, is still there.
Yep.
Huh.
Wow.
Yep, that is definitely interesting.
Looks like he's going to get drafted. But I think I ended up changing Nicholas.
Hayden Hughes over here. Andrew Whitworth is giving a speech for no reason. I think he was buying time for Roger Goodell.
I had put a second. I ended up changing Nicholas to a second round grade. Wow.
Let's see here. I'm trying to see if
Cole Strange. Okay. Well. This is where the boards are going to get real funny.
Yeah, so if New England takes Cole Strange, let's see, I'm gonna try to get a little bit more comfortable here. Back starting to hurt. We only what? Hold on, we only 3 hours and 30 minutes into this. Yeah, so you got New England. If they take Cole Strange, now you got KC, Cincinnati, and Minnesota. Yeah. So, yeah, that'd be. Oh, yeah, let's see here. Yeah, Winfrey. Yeah, definitely Winfrey's still there. Like, if they're serious about trading, Grady Jarrett, you're going to have to bring in, You're going to have to bring in somebody.
Yep.
Oh, man, let's see here. They just need to go ahead and move on up.
Ooh.
Matthew Jones says, best draft show on right now. Thank you. We appreciate that.
Yeah, man, we appreciate that, man. Yeah, appreciate guys hanging in this long with us.
Yeah, we got up to a little over 100.
Always.
We got up to a little over 100 folks tonight, and we've been hanging steady between 60 and 70 people, which has been nice. It's been real nice with y'all tonight. I understand, like last year we had a little bit more hype because of the Justin Fields type stuff. And, you know, without the excitement of the quarterback, you know, I can see how a lot of people were down on the first round. Hopefully they'll y'all pick it back up next tomorrow night. Good Lord. Because tomorrow night we'll be doing the second and third round. And then Saturday, when the draft concludes, so once the 7th round is over, we will be going live again.
Yeah.
To do a full recap of all the picks, take a look at everything. So just, keep your eye out there. We'll be back. We'll be streaming all 3 of these days. So y'all just y'all hang in there with us. So
we are looking forward to it.
Dude.
We do appreciate everybody hanging in there with us tonight. We don't have too much longer to go, man. No. It's almost about to close out. And
so apparently the Chiefs are, according to One Sleep, is selecting Kansas City Chiefs drafted Purdue defensive end George Karlaftis.
All right, well, there it is.
Karlaftis was he was a player that early in the process, was being talked about as being in the top 3,
top 10,
top 10, top 3 pass rushers, but top 10. So he's 6'3", 275 with 29 tackles for loss, 14 sacks, 61 solo tackles. He had a performance grade of 1.8 and a 5.6 grade for me. He's a very powerful rusher. He reminds me of old school, edge rushers. He is not as interested in bending the edge as he is just bullying you out of the way.
Yeah.
So I liked Karlaftis, and this is that's a good spot for him. So that's pretty cool. GA Faithful says Pascal's nice too. Yeah, Pascal is nice.
I like Josh.
Yeah, I like Josh Pascal.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's good stuff. Let's see here.
There's some guys in danger of falling out that first round.
Oh, well, very much so. Very much so. Hughes says, Karlaftis reminds me of former Atlanta Falcons defensive end who sacked Dak Prescott 7 times. Anyone remember his name? Trivia time. I'll give the chat a second. I already know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
And he does remind me of that guy because he can, on certain downs, he can drop down inside like they used the certain guy who was just named in chat, Adrian Claiborne. Very just powerful guy. Like I said, he'd much rather run over you than go around you. So that is like I liked Claiborne. I don't know if he ever lived up to the first round billing, but I really liked Claiborne in his time here.
Well, he has a Super Bowl ring.
That's it. Let's see. Yeah. Mark Turner says, would you like a late pick on Winfrey, Kennard, or Stuber? Also a dog running back. I don't know who Stuber is. I don't know if you had Kennard Stuber, so I don't know if that's.
I know about Stuber. I didn't.
If you're talking about Darian Kennard, the guard, I'm not sure about Stuber, but I would like Winfrey. But I don't think you need to trade up for Winfrey.
No, you may not have to. I mean, looks like. Well, I mean, there's still a few more picks left. But I'll tell you what, man, I might be sick in my stomach if the doggone Tampa Bay Bucks draft Christian Watson.
Oh.
Because they're at pick 33, and they may be going wide receiver again.
Here's a blurb from our buddy Ian Cummins, who was nice enough to come on the show. Drake London is really good, 6'4", 219, with 33-inch arms, absolute alpha at the catch point, but also an efficient route runner with run after the catch, yak ability. A slight reach on the board, but for the Falcons, who are in dire need of wide receiver, it could end up being worth it. So I mean, it's it depends on how you want it to play out, So
slight reach. That's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah.
But it's all good. Look, man, they'll make it. Yeah, it's gonna work out good.
Josh Gillum says, "What if we got Nakobe Dean in the second?
And we could.
Would that be a good pick? I wouldn't mind Nakobe Dean in the second. Like the 6 foot frame without a monster defensive line in front of him is concerning. And you bring up DeMarvin Leal is still on the board. Leal has some coaching concerns, as far as showing up late to some of his practices and maybe not necessarily giving effort. So that's that could be a concern there. Let's see. I'm trying to think of. They're still talking about Cole Strange. Kansas City's pick is in, which we know that's Korloftis.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if, Dr. Ganja says Travis Jones will be my DT at 43. Dude, if we grab Travis Jones at 43, whew,
yeah, man,
you will have a happy JR on your hands. Because as it stands right now, from what we have seen in college, he actually gives you more pass rush than Jordan Davis.
Yeah.
So it looks like the Chiefs are back on the Cincinnati takes safety Daxton Hill. So let's get him on.
That's good.
Got a card from him.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Oh, hold on, guys. 1 second. My kid's up. Give me 2 seconds. Y'all don't go nowhere. I'm going to mute myself. Toby, it's on you for a second.
Hey, no problem.
Open up the door, baby.
Guys, we are almost through it.
Go
I'm just,
okay?
I guess, a little shocked right now that I thought Malik Willis would go somewhere if it was Pittsburgh, but doesn't look like that's going to happen. He may end up not getting drafted tonight. Unless the Falcons are going to jump up at 31 or 32 with Minnesota and take Matt Corral or Malik Willis. If not, look like both of those guys will just be there to enjoy just being at the draft.
Right, exactly.
As opposed to actually getting drafted tonight.
Yeah, they may have just enjoyed it.
But that's the chance that you take, for the possibility of getting drafted in the first round. I think Kyler Gordon didn't get drafted either, and I don't think I had a first round grade on Kyler Gordon, but he got invited.
Yeah, he did. He did get invited.
Over Trent McDuffie, who got drafted before him, who I had a grade higher than him. So
let's see.
That's very interesting. So we're down to one last pick, huh?
Are we? Did
Cincinnati was 31.
Yeah, yep, we're down to Minnesota.
So, man, we're down to Minnesota, guys. Could they be the first one to take QB off the board?
Well, I mean, Pittsburgh took Kenny Pickett.
Well, yeah, they did. They'd be the second one.
Yeah.
Then. Yeah.
So is Minnesota where the slide stops for Malik Willis or whatever?
See, I forgot about Kenny Pickett that quick because he wasn't the guy that I don't even have a first round grade on him.
Right.
But hey, what do I know? I'm just a fan.
Hey, me and you both, brother. Me and you
this
both.
This is my first big board, and wow.
Yeah, I mean Tampa Bay now has the first pick of the second day.
Yeah, for the second day. Yeah.
So they'll they got a good pick ahead of them.
That's where the fun begins.
That's a lot. Yeah, but it's been pretty fun tonight, like straight up and down.
Yeah,
it's been a fun.
It has
been a fun draft. So,
Wow.
well, somebody's asking, is Malik Willis getting the Lamar Jackson treatment? I don't think so. I think Lamar Jackson was more highly touted coming out
Yeah.
than Malik Willis. None of these
Yeah.
quarterbacks this year were anybody jumping up and down for.
No, they weren't.
Matthew Jones says, you did a good job for your first time, Toby.
Oh, well, thank you.
So,
I tried.
there you go.
I appreciate that. That gives me confidence to try it again next year.
That's right. That's the only way we get any better is to try it.
Wow, that's kind of shocking, though. I mean, we didn't at least get one more. I mean, it still can happen at 30, 32.
True. I mean, Minnesota could be.
They could.
Could be looking at a draft. A quarterback
to take. To behind.
Sit behind
Cousins.
Yeah, Cousins. Because it ain't like Cousins been lighting anything on fire. Yeah.
My mind is, I guess, shocked that we didn't jump back into the round, or nobody took Malik Willis. But that goes to show you guys that this quarterback class is.
It wasn't a great one.
Yeah. They took Kenny Pickett.
I tried. I seriously tried.
Yeah.
Because I was bound and determined to, find one of these quarterbacks that I liked.
Yeah.
I liked enough to take.
Yeah.
And I tried, and it didn't happen. It really didn't.
Yeah.
I feel for, we've interviewed Malik's, coach a handful of times, Sean McAvoy, and, he felt confident Malik was going to go high.
Yeah.
And, there for a while, it looked like he might have been right.
Yeah, it looked like he had a lot of steam, but unfortunately, that steam
when it came to when it came time to put paper to put a dollar to counter kind of deal, it didn't happen.
Yeah, it didn't.
So now we're just waiting to see what Minnesota does.
Wow.
I wonder if they're on the phone trying to trade out.
And they may be. But then again, they may be the second one to take QB.
They could very well be.
But
that's another one of your Senior Bowl guys, Cole Strange.
Yep.
So let's see.
They finally started coming off. They finally started coming off. I think Quay Walker wasn't Quay Walker there at the Senior Bowl too?
Was Quay Walker? I think he was at the Senior Bowl. I think he was.
Oh. I'm just shocked that he came off the board before Devin Lloyd. That just has me tripping right now. I'm just like, wow, really?
So apparently the Vikings, according to One Sleep, the Vikings select Lewis Seen.
Safety.
Yeah, hey, the safety.
He did go in the first round.
So if that ends up holding water, we'll give it a second to see if I get it. Chris James says Aquil Glass will be there for us in the 6th. Yeah, he'll be there for us undrafted if we want him. And I like Aquil Glass. But if you think it's hard for, and I hate to say it like this, if you think it's hard for, small school prospects, HBCU prospects, it's hard for them because of the level of competition. That's something we talk about all the time. Yep. So the final pick of the first round is Lewis Seen. Just got confirmation, so we'll go ahead and throw him up there. And we can start wrapping this thing up.
Wow, man.
Y'all did awesome, guys. Y'all did amazing. Stuck with us through the whole thing. I know, like I said, I know this wasn't necessarily an exciting draft. I really hope y'all come back tomorrow because there's going to be some good fireworks on tomorrow, I think. There's a lot of real good players left.
Yeah.
If y'all want trench
players,
warfare type stuff, like I said, Travis Jones is still out there, Drake Jackson, Boy Mafe, Nico Benito, Perion Winfrey, Arnold Ekba. I mean, there's still plenty of really, really good players. And O-line wise, for your trench guys out there, Sean Ryan, Ed Ingram, Darian Kennard, Lictus Smith. So there's plenty of talent still out there. So don't get down, don't get discouraged that we took a wide receiver. But you also got to remember, this is the first time since Roddy White we haven't had a bona fide wide receiver one. And in a league where you got to match points, you got to have people that can do it. So tomorrow, like on the board, is like obviously Malik Willis if he's there, or Matt Corral if he's there when we pick. But I would imagine the next few picks are going to be probably pretty good defensive. So, Toby, you got any parting shots, my friend?
Y'all keep your heads up. We didn't take a QB in the first round.
Right. We didn't take a QB and we didn't take a running back.
Yeah. So I would not be sad. And I look, start warming up to the pick of Drake London. It's going to be a lot more fun than what you think, pairing him up with Kyle Pitts. And I'm telling you, it's going to be fun, guys.
That's it. As always, y'all can follow us on Twitter. I'm at Grimm1128, GRIMM1128. Toby?
Toby D 1991.
That's it. And like I said, be back. I think the draft starts tomorrow at 7.
At 7, yeah.
So we'll be live at 6:45. So y'all just check back with us. And, yeah, as always, Falcons fans, rise up.
Rise up.